This is kind of like The Witness, but it's 2D. Actually, no, the game's called Taiji. It's clearly inspired by The Witness. It's really cool so far. It's very much in that genre of game where you learn a mechanic and then you learn more about it. And it expands, and you keep learning new rules about how things work. Like here we learned how the pips work, and over here... Which I think I can come over here, yeah. Ooh, hey, that's a puzzle. I'm gonna go solve that puzzle in a moment. Oh wait, I'm not where I think I am. That explains why there's this cool puzzle here. Did this disconnect? Test really quick, that's brilliant. Okay, cool. Everything else seems to be connected now. Tab check. Yes, everything's connected. What's up, Mero? How you doing? Can't watch because of spoilers. Ah, yeah, thanks. Thanks, Perry, man. Completely understand that. This is a cool game. You should play if you like puzzles. And I'm pretty sure you like puzzles. Let's kind of show off the other thing. So I guess we have to walk past the winery to do that. Hey, this is a new and interesting area I could go to. Yeah, this is a new and interesting area I could go to. I keep finding new interesting areas when I'm trying to not do that. Took a long way to get. Anyway, there's a place over there where it teaches you about partitioning of power thingies, which I've solved. But yeah, this game is cool. I definitely want to play it, which is what I'm going to do right now. And if you're a fan of Witness-type games, definitely pick this one up. Oh, the pixel art is fantastic. Okay, so what is this? What is going on here? Can I enter this area? Yes. What happens if I... No. This area just seems wrong. Let's see, maybe this is like a fill-in sort of problem. I know that there's a mathematical way to prove whether or not this kind of thing will work, but I think the lawnmower strategy will work for this. Good old lawnmower. Yeah. Oh no. There we go. Be a little bit less lawnmowerly at the end. Apparently that's not the right answer. Alright, I don't know what the deal with this. This area is new and mysterious to me, having done nothing in it before. I think usually there's a teaser puzzle somewhere that you use to get explanation of how things work, especially more complicated ones. But here's the main mechanic: is you light up dots, and when you light them up correctly, it does this. You're okay, you just found the spacebar. Congratulations. I'm doing good. I'm still on the East Coast, which is why we're playing weird games instead of, you know, the normal Mario, but I'm still pretty happy with this. This clearly starts somewhere else. Man, I just want to find the trailhead of one of these. That seems to be up there. I can't get up there yet. I don't know how to get up there. Right now we're just zooming. I turned on auto run because I didn't feel like having to wait around. This is gonna take me back to the garden, isn't it? Yep, it is. Alright, let's try this area over here to the right. I don't know what it is, but it's here, and it's over here on the right. Okay. Can I solve this? I think this is representative of the tree to the right. So there are 2 branches here, and then this level, 2 branches. And this one, only a left branch. And then the left one branches twice. Wait, but then it's not a balanced tree. Well, it does. Is this a fully tree? Is this a full tree? I don't think I understand this yet. Epic. Yep. Need to find the start. I think this is the end. That's not what I'm interested in. I need to find the start of this trail. You can see all the little lines. They all connect and open doors and things. If you ever played The Witness, this is just like The Witness. But it's 2D and pixel arty. Okay. This looks like the start. Okay, so theory. I want all of these on because there's a maximum number of branches. Okay, that is not correct. Wait. There's 4 on the right. There are 4 on the left. 3. Okay, so maybe it has to do with the heights. Let's try the tall ones. Okay, so I want to use the tall ones for this area. I think. But that's basically it. You come up with hypotheses, and then you try to prove them by solving puzzles. Alright, well, I know that the rightmost one is taller. Here, the leftmost. Maybe this? The taller ones in any given branch? I think that's a reasonable theory. Can I get through that way? Is there another way around? Just, like, loop around here? Whoosh, here we go. Okay, and so then this one, we can see that they're all balanced, which makes this tricky. Makes that wrong. I thought it was the tallest one on any given side, but I don't. Maybe just the tallest ones overall? All null is incorrect. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at, really. Okay, so the last one, clearly I wanted the tallest ones. These are all of equal height, but I think some of them creep down a bit further. See this? No. But we can see, using our tool here, that these are all the same height. Oh, but maybe it has to do with absolute height instead of relative height, right? Because these ones are shorter. And I think that in terms of unit height, so basically pick off these. Yes, okay, it's the ones that are tallest. So far, my theories are holding. We managed to open up a new area, which is nice. So I think this is the trailhead? Okay. So again, now this is a different working set. Think? No. This is binary trees. So why would I turn on one versus the other? It's the first question I need to answer. The left paths are never the tallest, so I gotta feel like this was the correct solution, but clearly not. But I don't know how the lower blocks affect it. Maybe I always want the bigger one, period. Maybe I'm just tracing a path. Fascinating. I want the biggest thing. How do I get over there to turn that on? Oh, I do this. Cool. I think this just adds to my map. I don't know if it actually matters for completion's sake, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, we're over here in the tree section. I guess I should have seen that coming. Maybe I thought that was the balloon section. Okay. So I think the rule here is I want... Wait a second. I understand now. This branch was taller. Okay. Alright, I get it. So this side, we take that, but we still traverse the tree to find taller things. So then at this level, that one's taller. And at this level, this one's taller. And then at this level, that's taller? Yeah, okay, my hypothesis has been proven correct. I understand the tree, mostly. Of course, this is the point where the game will throw a curveball and make me confused. Yep, like I said, it'll throw a curveball and make me confused. Okay, so... something like this? Oh. I guess, actually, no, I had it the other way around. So it grows kind of like this. Maybe like that. What am I trying to accomplish here? It's very confusing. Look at the tree. The rules that I've understood... Yeah, the trees that are well-formed have easy-to-understand rules. This tree does not. Okay. It's the taller of the two branches. I think that means I go left, or go right here. This branch truncates early. I think I go left. Maybe it's left. Yeah, okay. I didn't read this branch correctly. I'm very comfortable here. I understand trees. Okay. I think this forks higher and then that forks higher. At this point, the right one is tall. It goes up higher. Left. Favorite websites? Okay, Justin. Spacebar.hbu. How you doing, Kappa? I have a ad somewhere in there. I think I might have an ad for spacebar.org is one of the ads I run. Though it might just be Smoot. I forget which. There we go. I am logicking correctly. This is a really fast one if I get it right. Okay, maybe not. Alright, so these both branch earlier. I think that is the taller branch. Then it's independent of that. This is the taller branch and that's the taller branch. Yep. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. No one actually knows what all the proper top-level domains are anymore, so they just link anything that's word, dot, 3 letters, or 4 letters, or 7 letters. It's not a good system, and I blame Google for this. No, I don't blame Google for this. I blame Google for something else. Okay, now this one. We're looking at... Wait, no. I've already solved this one. The bottom one is solved. I have to solve this next part independently. This branch is taller of those two. Then... right branch here. Right branch there. Left branch? Right branch. Okay, I haven't done it right. Not quite right. Oh, I forgot to do this. I do all these things when I get started, but I always forget like 3 of them. Not to mention being on VPNs. That was embarrassing. I'm still on a VPN on one machine, but that's fine. I can deal with that. Okay. Left one is definitely bigger. That I think is true. That's not the longest. Oh, it's hard to... Oh, wait, no! No, I only judge by where the fork is. So this is clearly the tallest fork of the first 3. No question. Okay. And then of that... Well, that fork is equivalently tall. Maybe... yeah, okay. Let's see if my understanding lets me solve the bonus puzzle. I got that really fast. Hooray, I beat the orchard. I don't know if you guys see that. Does it pop up on screen now? It might not. There it goes. We'll see if we get the other ones. Okay, now that I understand the other puzzle, I can solve this puzzle. Because I'm looking at the taller of branches. So that's the tall branch there. Of these 2. And well, that one's clearly it on that side. I can't tell... I think this one wins in terms of being taller. And then that one. Okay, and then this one, we don't have to worry about that because we already solved it. I think this one branches up higher. That one... I don't know what that did, but I feel good about solving it. That's the great thing about these puzzles. Sometimes you just solve them. Did it do something? I don't know. It solved itself. So. Oh, wait. That actually might be worth keeping on screen right now, because... Yeah, I'm having problems with bitrate. Thank goodness this game doesn't require a very high bitrate. I probably won't stream from this room next time. There's another place I could... Ooh, binary. I could do it. For the upcoming week, which will help with the reception strength, because the reception strength is not high in this room. Okay, I have 2 byte strings. What do I want to do with them? Let's try OR. Okay, not OR. Let's try XOR. It's XOR, of course. Wait. Yeah, it's XOR. Okay. Interesting, it lit up some of these. Okay, so XOR. Oh, wait, no, we're XORing 3 things. 0 and 0 and XOR is still 0, because it's addition without carry. And then that is parity. Oh, no, okay. Well, no, because I do it once. 1, 1. No, it's commutative. It doesn't matter what order I do it in. Okay. So we're assuming it's XOR. We get 1 there. We get 0 there. Oh, I missed 1. I'm off by 1. If this solves the entire area, just understanding XOR, I'm going to feel really dumb about this. Oh, and those two have parity there. It took me 2 hours to beat the first 2 sections. 3 zeros is still that. 3 ones is that. Oh, that one isn't. Cool. That did kind of solve, right? You know, I was rather expecting something to pop up having solved the binary gravesite. Doesn't look like it's ASCII, but I get the feeling there's probably a puzzle there. A more differenter puzzle. Maybe that opens another area for me to ASCII. Probably should have looked around a little more carefully. I think I will. I think I will look around a little more carefully. But yes, since it feels so very high school, since my folks are going to be out of town, I can go stream in the living room. Maybe these are important, and I can use this information somewhere else. But I don't feel like there's any more puzzle here. Let me go back to the middle area where it shows me all of the dots, so I can look at these, whether or not I've actually beaten the binary land. I should be close now. No. Ah, binary's all the way up there. Oh, and then that's the... I think that particular sigil is this group. So there's more binary up there. I want to do more binary things. So we'll ascend. Do like a good binary puzzle. A language of binary localators. Alright. I see a puzzle. Can I access this puzzle? Not yet. This one. Oh, this one's steppable, but it is not a binary puzzle. This is a partitioning puzzle. Do I want to solve a I want to solve a partitioning puzzle. It lets me be able to walk backwards, clearly. Okay. Okay, anytime that there's a pair, we must separate them. Bottom pair first. And separate off that area. But then there's 3. That doesn't help. But I could make this 3. Something like... Oh, but then there's... In my utter brilliance... Yeah, that doesn't segregate that set. This? No, because the parity's all wrong. Okay. Start with a different set of assumptions. I think this has to be on. Well, I don't know about that. I definitely need to connect things such that that happens. Okay, that can't work. What about this? I kind of like that. Then we could do something like that. There we go. That was a way better place to start. And so this puts me out over here near where I did all of the other types of puzzles of that kind. Okay. And I can't quite make it into whatever this big, tall area is. Kind of wanted to keep going in binary land. I was liking binary land. All it was making me do was check parity. And I'm pretty good at parity checking. At least every time I've had to solve a puzzle that involves, you know, identifying Weird Al songs. This looks like binary land up here. So if we keep ascending, we'll get more binary. Oh. Yeah, this is where they teach you the XOR rules that I just skipped over. This is going to go quickly. No, no, yep. This is going to go so quickly. Or wait. Oh, they're trying to trick me. It's diagonal. What? this is annoying. Okay, I think they're all on. The heck is that? I see. I think it's gotten a bit off. No? No. Okay. Look at the way the O is drawn. It's clearly overlapping in a really irritating way. That's 1, 0. So I know the first one is that. It's 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. There we go. It was hard to look at. But no, it's... Ugh, okay. Wouldn't that be 0, 0? That'd be 0, 0, that'd be 0, 0. I think I... Huh. Okay, I guess my assumption was correct. They were completely overlaying the two. Okay. What? Oh, that's up there. Assuming it uses the same rules. I am into the Temple of Binary. That was not hard. Even got displays. Okay, so this is just a bunch of blocks before I can go back to the next one. Okay. Okay, so it's not multiply. We just learned that. Okay, we're still using XOR rules. This is teaching us it's commutative. Or transitive, one of the two. No. Teaching us something else. Thought it was add, but that's not add. Is there more to it? No, that's exactly what I did. Oh, maybe it's... Okay, don't just ignore the entire prompt and enter 0, which works surprisingly well sometimes. Oh, that might be why I'm having other problems, I just realized. No, good, it didn't actually proc, but whatever. Solved that problem. Realized I had too many things open. Okay, so... What if it's backwards? The left side is backwards. Okay. What does this mean? It means that that is 1 and 1. That is 1 and 1. This is 0, 1, 0, 1. And then 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, my assumption is incorrect. What if I just do this the way I think it should be done? Okay, so try and match. So 1 and 1 is not. 1 and 1 there is not. 1 and 1 there is not. 0 and 0 is not. So yeah, if I treat them as reversible... Should have tried that earlier. Okay, so we're back to this. Oh, it's because it's inverted on one side, right? The top one. So 1 and 1, not. Move on, 0, 0 is not. 0, 1. 0, 1. 1, 1. 1, 0. XOR it against itself, but reverse one of them. Okay, what's the same deal? 1 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is 1. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 7. That's too few. Huh. I have 7 slots. That's exactly the number I need. 1 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 1 is... 1 and 1 is 0. 0 and 1 is 1. Oh, it should just be symmetric because I'm XORing against itself. Okay, so then this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Miscounting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12. Okay. That's 2 6s. I think it's just the same reflective thing. So 1 and 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 0 and 1 is 1. 0 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 0. That's just 1. So 1 and 1 is 0. And then 0 and 1 is 1. I think I lost where I was partway through that. From the other side. Okay. This is one of those cases where I wish I had more fingers. 1 and 0. 1. 0 and 1. 1. 1 and... I think that's true. We get here. The fourth one. 0 and 0. That's good. That's 0. Then 1 and 1. Center. That's not. That's 0. That's 1. Then we do the same thing. 0 and 0. It's clearly not the correct thing. Clearly not. What's up, board? How you doing? Doing well. Currently puzzling over some binary. Do love me some good binary. Taking a moment to check something really quick. Beep. Didn't work. You good? Excellent. Oh, that's not even the right place. One of those things where you just keep forgetting what you're doing partway through. No, that's not. Okay, good. That didn't break anything. What's this binary puzzle about? So this is not all binary, but I guess it is also all binary. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Basically, this is a kind of progressive logic game where you're given rules and then you refine your understanding of the rules as you keep moving through. And additional rules are added. And the mechanic is always very simple. You're turning off or turning on squares and then checking to see if you're right, like that, by pressing A. So it's not too difficult, but there's definitely parts that have been confusing. But yep, I'm making progress. I beat a whole section earlier. This game is still really cool. If you ever played The Witness, it's very similar in sort of its philosophy. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to partition these parts and read them correctly to do the binary things. I did that here. I think it doesn't quite have the same symmetry I wanted to have, but... Well, okay, so wait a second. It would change depending on which direction I looked at it from, right? When there's 12. Right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Well, even if it did change, it doesn't matter too much. Right? Did play The Witness, though you did not ever understand every mechanic. That happens. It's the kind of game where you don't have to understand every puzzle to get to the ending, which is good. Okay, if I work it from both ends, right? Instead of working it from one end and trying the other thing, then the result I should get is the first 3 pips on and not the... But yeah, you can, in theory, brute force this. It's only 7 bits, right? You know, just We are not brute forcing that. That's dumb. Until you decide to go for all the achievements. Yeah. I don't think I actually don't think I got all the achievements in The Witness. I beat a fair bit of it, but I didn't get all of it. Still gotta figure out that option. But, like I said, haven't been stuck here that long yet. And sometimes you have to make some guesses about what people are doing. Or what the developer was thinking. Can't stay? Ah, that's unfortunate. Well, enjoy school or whatever you need to do. Hopefully it'll be fun. And I will try to enjoy the binary. It's the last one to open the door, too. Irritating me. The way the last one worked is I read it from either one direction. I'll say, yeah, see you, Matt. Trying to think about things and do things at the same time. But the way this has worked so far, to explain, is you're applying the XOR operation to these binary strings. So 1 and 1 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 1. You can basically think of it as adding, but you don't care about the carry, really. So, for instance, if you just add 1 and 1, then you do it traditionally, you end up with 2, but you don't really need 2 because we're in binary land, so you don't really do that. XOR is frequently very useful for various things, and I don't have to understand this is XOR because I'm looking at it and I know it's XOR. It's one of those things. So that's how the last one worked. This one I'm not so sure about because I have a weird number of characters. So 1, 2, I have 12, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is weird. So they might be sharing the last bit. I'm just not sure. And so I've been trying to solve this with different solutions because it's sort of, you go from the left side for one and the right side for the other. So if I do that, I still have to end up with this symmetric onness for the first 3 because I can see 1 and 0 is 1. Yes, you got it right with the 1. XOR is XOR. Exclusive OR. It basically means it can be this or that, but not this and that in terms of logical conjunctions. Kind of like how and has, only this or and that. And I need to do more on this computer because I forgot to caffeinate it. There we go. The computer is now caffeinated. Good. Gotta fix all my stuff because I moved a whole bunch of stuff around in the last few seconds. This is good. But it's one of like the 4, well, there's many different logical operators. You have not, or, and, XOR, NAND, NOR, XNOR. I think that's about it, though. There might be another one. Why is this wrong? 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. But then I don't use all the last bits. It's not symmetric. It's not symmetric. That might be the key understanding here. I hope I don't have to sneeze. Okay. So starting from the left, 1 and 0 is 1. 0 and 1 is 1. Maybe I need to start from the right. Does it matter? It does matter, because I get the different result. Well, I get a transposed result, right? Because there's 2 results that could possibly be this way. This one, that 0, clearly all on. 4th one is 0 in both cases. Cool. 5th one is 1 in both cases, so 0. Then these 2. Like this. I was being dense. I was just being dense. Alright. That's wrong. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, we're doing the thing where it's balanced both ways. So 0 and 1. I can see that. And then this one, I don't know if it's a 0 or a 1 for the right side, but I know it's a 1 on the left side. So I have to leave this as blank for the time being, so I can poof it, because I think I have to figure that out. This one is a 1 on this side and a 0 on that side, so it's on. This... yeah, the square symbol comes back into play. So essentially it's drawing the 2 things over each other. So you notice how the 1 is the same height as the 0. It draws it over the middle, so that's 1 and 0. So I'm looking at 2 strings that have been reversed and laid on top. Well, a string that has been reversed and laid on top of each other. It's a really awkward semantic. It's mixing up a lot of the mechanics. This one is 1 and 0 no matter what direction I read it, so it has to be on. This one is tied this one, so it's on. That one is tied to that other one, I don't know. And then that's on. It's indeterminate. I don't know if you can solve that one without guessing. But I beat the graveyard of binariness. So I've solved 2 areas in 30 minutes. Which honestly is really good. Do a little exploring. See what we can find around here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I am curious what the other graveyard... I mean, maybe that was just extra puzzles that don't unlock anything. There are definitely puzzles in the Witness I don't think that unlock anything. Somewhere. But that's 4 down. Let's go back to the hub world and see where that puts me. I think I can walk back this way. Yeah, I can. This will be a slightly faster route, I think. And then I'll have to decide what the next place to tackle will be. Oh, oh, I'm all the way back here. Or wait, I've never been here. Oh no, I was here briefly. It was confusing. But yeah, there's more areas I still have yet to really even embark upon. Like, I didn't even... Hey. I know how to solve this. It's just upside down. It's upside down, which means it's flipped over the horizontal, which means that the directions are still the same, right? Like, the leftmost one is the taller. Oh, that's pretty sixes, honestly. No, left one's taller. Okay, so it's the same rules. I just can't see all of them. See them all clearly, I suppose. Let's do the right half. I would say this branch connects to that. So therefore it is taller. Unless it's forks again. Which it does. Great. Oh, wait. I can see more of this. It's not a direct reflection. That's really interesting. Yeah, I didn't even notice this fork. Because that forks into 3, but clearly the one on the far left is the tallest. Of these forks, the one that forks highest, I think also might be the left one. Doesn't matter because I haven't finished this. And then on the right, I think it's also that. So that one's not important. This one works there. It's the rightmost. Then the other rightmost one, which I still think is rightmost. I'm going to check my assumption one more time. Okay, I think that's still rightmost. And this one is the only one that's questionable, and I just need to trace it. I think it's the leftmost. Okay, that's not right. I'm fine with that. I'm still just trying to get back to the entry part. This area I don't know what to do about yet. In this area I solved a couple puzzles, but I don't know what to do with the last one. That's suspicious. Like this room, I did solve. It was obvious. What is this? I don't think I ever went in here. Ah. I would say these two characters look something alike. Probably means the character's name is not Steve. Just making a guess here. Is this a central area? Yes. Alright, so you can see I have solved 4 areas. I've solved trees, binary land, pips, and route and partitioning. And I have a bunch left to go. And decide where to go next. Let's go this way. It's an area I haven't explored yet. Maybe I'll like these. If and I can figure out how to get to them. It's an interesting looking area. Ah, here we are. Here's a puzzle. Oh my. While this is a puzzle, I don't know the rules for that one yet. Probably has to do with getting into this Tetris block hell right there. Probably routes you to it. Can I go in here? It's blocked. Can I go up here? It's blocked. Can I go over there? It's blocked. I went under here for a distance. And that's also blocked. I don't think this one is going to be the area I solve next for some reason. Gotta find a differenter puzzle. This is an area I can't get to because I need to open the other door and I don't know how to do that yet. I just need to find a puzzle starting route. This one... No. This one, no. Maybe I go up. Fine. Where does it start? Very odd. Maybe it starts up here. Well, I haven't really tried solving this area. Sure. Can't even start this part of the maze. I can't get past... Oh, I can. This area is open and available to me. Well, what if I continue the pattern? No. Sure looked like the right thing to do. The thing is, usually with these, there's somewhere around here that teaches you what the mechanic is before you have to apply it. Here, I'm not so sure. Not to say it's obvious, but usually there's a tutorial puzzle or two. What did the image show at the bottom? Oh, this? This is a sort of a map thing. This shows all of the areas. So you can see binary land at the top, the tree to the right, the sort of the pip thing to the upper left, and a few others. There's some pieces missing still. It's a lovely map, honestly. I backtrack a little bit. Can I get to another spot if I understand puzzles better? Not really. I do see this now. That's over there. This was the intro area, by the way. I do not think this intro area will connect me up to that spot. Figured the map was a hint for the puzzle. No, I don't believe it is. Those have always been independent of the puzzle so far. Just realized I can close one of those two. I don't need two of these open. What's up, Max? How was more Rakugaki? Hope it was fun. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? I'm looking for somewhere to be, some puzzles to solve, and come to the conclusion that I probably need to just suck it up and pick a different place to solve puzzles. No, that didn't work. Huge progress, one exit. I mean, I understand that some levels in that can be very difficult, so one exit, nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've been here before. Oh, this is new. Let's go here. Could I have done that symmetrically? I'm curious, actually. It does symmetric. Well, congratulations either way. I think this has to do with the walls. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe just a window? It's a game with environmental effects. You have to think about those sometimes. What does this area look like? Looks like two stone pillars. The routing of the cables here is weird. Definitely think I want to solve this area just because it gives me solutions to various parts. Oh, I guess I should do this, because that's a thing you do. Shout out to Max. He was playing Mario World. I don't think I've actually played that one yet. I think I watched Hawalucha play it for a bit. I didn't see that coming, but I think it makes sense. Because it goes straight up. So maybe if we consider this to be open, and then these two? No. Should have checked if you do it yourself. You can. You absolutely can. Okay, so this is an entire enclosed area. It's an enclosed nature, maybe? These are different. Alright, so this was all open. This was all closed in, even though there's a hole. Maybe I'm looking at like a specific part of this. Okay. This one, try again. Okay, that doesn't... 0 is not the right solution. 1 is not the right solution. There's something tricky going on. I think it has to do with the steps right here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, so maybe that. Possibly the top one. With environmental kind of things, it's always difficult to know what you're looking for. Which parts of the solution? This also has the same sort of brokenness. I'm looking for 5 things. Maybe it's the end caps, and I put in the middle 2 and the top 1? No. Perhaps transposed. So bottom 1, 2, no. It's environment. The problem is, I still don't fully understand what this solution was. Though I do think it's possible that the solutions will always be inverses of each other. But I don't even like that theory, actually. What else could it be? I figure out which environmental thing I solve these puzzles with. Could try to brute force it because it's 5 bits, but I don't want to. It's a rare non-request game? Yes. It's a, I'm stuck on the East Coast for a while, and I'd wanted to stream some things, and I needed to find things that work on my Mac, and this works on my Mac under Wine, which is something of a miracle, honestly. I had a lot of trouble finding games aside from Axiom Verge that were, well, convergent. I did want to try to get a request game or 2 done, but the 2 request games that are allegedly Mac compatible do not want to play. Hat in Time will work under Wine, but running 3D games under Wine is a bit sketchy. And the Swapper does not work, period. Just doesn't. It might work at home, I don't know, but it's not working on this, so that's a bust. As much as I'd like to. What am I looking for here? There's a lot of broken things. This I solved without understanding why. Why it solves. But yeah, I've heard this game's good. I figured I'd give it a shot. I liked The Witness. I consider playing The Witness. The Looker's been on my list for a while, but I need a mouse for that, which I might be able to remedy in the near future. But not right now. Why is that the answer? There's a piece of the environment I just am not seeing enough of. I understand now. Okay, I see the piece I wasn't paying attention to. Yep, it's on the board. It's on the dang things themselves. I missed that. You can see the whole set over here and no set over here, and then the vice versa here. And so therefore, here we know this is on, and we can actually no. Oh, that was it. We know that's on. We don't have to try to infer. Because these are always inverses of each other, so far. Okay. Now this one, I think, is just on all the way up, and this other one is off all the way down. No. Yeah, okay. It's the little bit there. This is a very odd kind of environmental thing where you have 2 puzzles, but you only have to solve 1. That can get me in there. I might just go over there first. Let's see what this detour over here takes us. Also, if you're gonna play this game, definitely turn on auto run. Ah. Well, this and these 2, and then oh god, it's broken. I get the feeling I need some knowledge that I don't have right here. There it is. Okay. So there's that gap, and I think that's too high, is what I thought there. Okay, cool. So I put those in. And then there's another 1 tile gap, and I think it's 3 high after that. It's either 3 or 4. Hard to eyeball it. It might be 4, but I think it's 3. It's 4. It's not. Oh, it's the inverse of this. Is it because they're inverted? Ah, okay. That doesn't help. Okay, so that's at the bottom. They're both blank at the bottom. Okay, so that's the first one down there, and that's the first one. It's the second one. Yeah. Okay. Let's erase the ones I don't need. Okay, so I do know that this and this are correct, so looking at this pillar. We come over here to this other pillar. If I'd left my stream lag on, it would have been more helpful. And then all the way to... Maybe, oh, it's all the way to the top. Maybe. Yeah, but they're always symmetrically broken, but this doesn't look right if it's symmetrically broken. I think there's something in my understanding of how this works that's incorrect right now. I'm just going to move on. That I need to be able to compare the two much better. Okay, so this has these two, and then these three. These three, and then subsequently I just do the inverse here. Wow, I was off. How much further is this? Well, it forks off a little bit. There's this big one right here. I wonder how that works. I have power from this coming from somewhere. Huh, that must have been like a random puzzle I had to solve somewhere else. Alright, well, since I get the gag, I may as well keep going. Oh, you done changed the game. We now have multiple sides of the pillars, as opposed to them being symmetric in that regard. Okay. And now verticality is in play. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's just... So they both fell over, which means I can't see the right side. But they're inverses of each other, which means that's the other side. Right, okay, that's the other side. So therefore, these two? Yeah, I wish I could look at that. This dot, and then an L shape. Is that not it? That one? No, I did that. Okay. Right, it's rotated, isn't it? It's like this L shape and this one. Alright, well, let's try to solve this from first principles then. Clearly this is on and this is on, which match those two. Then... Yeah, okay, I just drew it wrong. I cannot electrocute Steve, unfortunately. Okay. This one's missing everything, but its partner in crime fell down. It appears to have the entire left side on, I think, and then 2 gaps on the other side. So I think it's this. Alright, that worked out pretty easy. I don't think I'll be solving that one. It appears to be a little dead. These are fragments. Okay, well, it's all cut off. How will I know anything? How was this originally oriented, looking at this? Okay, so it initially was one screen that was 3 tall, and it broke by falling over to the left. So we're looking at the right or the leftmost columns for this. So the top one is on. That's something we do know. Then I think there's a gap, and then this. Might be another one on. No, maybe I'm misunderstanding. It fell over. Presumably it fell over to the left. Oh, wait, hold up. This one, this 2 wide, fell over to the left. And then this pillar is just here. In fact, it looks like it just plowed through it. Which makes even less sense. What do I think about this? I'm really close to the end. Like, this is the final puzzle for this section. Which is going to make this part really hard, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Well, now I want to try solving the other one, but I can't yet. It fell through it. What am I supposed to do here? Like, this box doesn't really match. Oh, wait. Hey, look at this. Here's this other fallen object. Maybe I should look at that. It looks like the top one. Looks like it fell over on the left and tried to stabilize, but then the top part fell. Yeah. Well, I think what happened is this part fell down, and then this one landed badly on there. Or possibly in the other direction. But now that answers the question of what I'm looking for. Maybe the bottom and maybe the top. I think the top is definitely... It's really hard to read this thing. I assume it fell over this way. This part is the top. That's clearly there. There's a bit here, and there's a bit on the right. So I really do think it's... Oh, that's the top. I think I just did it wrong. Top and bottom? No. Looks like it flaked off there and there. But maybe it's one... Okay, top definitely is at the top, which is the bottom there. And yeah. Is there more than one bit? I really only see one bit. On both sides. What's irritating is I've solved this puzzle, and I can't solve it till I solve this puzzle. Yeah, there's clearly a bit here. I feel like I'm looking at a bunch of Domino Rally, honestly. Bit there symmetrically, bit there symmetrically. It cracked in half. Still feel it's only 2. Well, it could have been more than 2. All right, so what's sort of the distance I'm measuring, really, right? Maybe it's the bottom 2 and top 1. Clearly that's attached right there. Clearly that's attached right there. Tried all of the top, and I think there's only 2. Maybe I need to... Maybe it's inverted. Well, it's inverted because it's because it's fallen over, but if you imagine as it's rotating downward, this means that this part is the top and this is the bottom. Looking at this, I believe it's indicating something like this, or possibly this, but I'm not sure which. It didn't, assuming it fell directly over towards the viewer. We don't have a good idea otherwise. Oh, wait, it's the inverse. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's the inverse. You're right. I was thinking about it not being the inverse. You're right. Dang. Something like this? Even knowing it's the inverse. Okay, so the top one on that one is on. Second and third, yeah, I think that's... Maybe the bottom, yeah. The bottom one was sort of ambiguous. This one I know how to solve, because I've already tried to solve it once. It's not a... Oh, wait. It's the inverse of the solution to that one. Okay, so I need to remember. So this is on. Off, on. And then subsequently, on the other side, off, On, off. On. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, did I need to reflect that? I think I need to reflect it. Yep. Okay. Oh. Oh. Huh. Okay, so we assume we start with this. And then... where do we go from there? Wait. Oh, okay. Gotta partition this in my mind. Because clearly both of these can't be on, because they're inverses of each other. Let's start with one of these making sense. And then this one... we build it like this, and then do the inverse over here. Fill that in. These in? Okay, no, that's bullshit. What are we looking at? So none of the prior puzzles worked this way, right? There was always a correspondence between the left or right. So now we have both left and right in the same thing. Previously, this side corresponded to this thing, this side corresponded to that thing. You wonder? I wonder too. Kind of wonder if there might be an equivalent one way over there, but I'm not certain about that yet. It's time for some beverage, though. So now we're looking at this. How are we looking at this? The clear and obvious and incorrect answer. It's the middle bits. But also this part here, I think clearly clues us into the idea that we're not doing the same thing exactly. Having both of these here, I think, is a clue on how to understand it. Okay, what if I was thinking about this as two separate pillars, right? This clues in that. Oh my! Oh my! Sup, Taz? How you doing? How was the stream? What we up to? Hope it was something fun. Hello, Skok Attack, Savory Sailor. I like that. King Curly and Talon 8 Tails. Oh, Talon's 8 Tails. I don't know if they do that. What would Talon's 8 Tails? Yeah. Anyway, welcome in. I'm currently spacing on this. What's up, Abe Lincoln? Did I get that wrong? Shock Attack. If I get any names wrong, I apologize. Haven't played this game. Might have disappeared. It's a really good game if you're a fan of the Witness style games. I would definitely recommend picking this up. It's very much like the Witness, except it's in 2D and uses pixel art. That's literally what this is. Yeah, it's going well. I'm on the East Coast for a little bit, and so I'm playing things that don't always work. I wanted to try some other things, but this was things that worked. Talons and Tails. Just no and allowed. Oh, 8. Wouldn't it be 7 if it was and? Because the star is above the 8. The and is above the 7. I've been doing too many of these puzzles, is what I'm just saying. You are already on when you're subbing off? Yes, I'm 3 hours ahead of where I usually am. People ever call me Patty? Not really. I don't look Irish enough to really get called Patty. Too many, you say not enough. Fair. Honestly, I look more vaguely Central European than anything else. When I went to Sweden, people would always come up to speak to me in their native language, no matter what native language it was. Germans, Swedes, Finns. Maybe not Finns, but definitely Swedes and Germans would just come up to me and start talking. And they're like, yeah, I assume you're going to know this. My friend did not have this problem, because he does not look that way. You get called Patty? Yeah, nice. How you head out, you don't get spoiled? Oh, fair enough. Enjoy the rest of your night. But yep, the reason I'm playing this is because I am on the wrong side of the country from all of my tech stuff. But it is a bit silly. Patio furniture. I like it. All of my tech stuff is in Seattle, where I'm not. I'm presently just a bit outside of DC, and I'm streaming using 2 laptops and a microphone in the middle, sitting on top of a chest of drawers, using a borrowed kitchen table chair. Chat on one window, game on the other, or one computer, game on the other. I usually have a different setup using projector and my couch. It's a bit more comfortable, honestly, but this has nice back support, I have to say. Just in Seattle? Nice. What for? Like a con or something, or? And DC and New Year. Nice. Go to Chicago. I actually will be in Chicago near the end of April. My sister and her friends had decided to go to the big Chicago Comic-Con, and I'm tagging along. Business conference, less fun. So I'll be there near the end of that. But I have yet to actually buy tickets or get hotel rigged up, so I don't know how I'm doing that. Did get a surprise you covers how tall you are. That's kind of the fun thing about showing up in real life. No one knows exactly what anyone looks like. So a new job this month. Nice. Hope it's a good one. I'm gonna assume it's some sort of tech thing, because working remote usually is. I have definitely spaced on this puzzle. So I guess to catch people up in terms of what puzzling is happening, since most people... Oh, right. Near the city, hit you up if you need a place to stay or just wondering. Yeah, I'll probably stay at the hotel nearby, because when you're at a con, it's so much nicer just to be like 10 feet away from the convention. But definitely want to hang out. That could be fun. Get another beer. Beer we had over in Seattle was nice. Have an idea what the solution may be, though I'm sure it's correct. The Pineapple Hotel. I actually need to just take... My sister told me which hotel her and her friends are staying, and I just need to go actually book it. I probably should do that, like, soon. Because con things tend to fill up. I got kind of screwed over with that with the mystery hunt this year when I decided to go out kind of late. Because I decided, like 2 weeks before the mystery hunt to go to Boston. So I had to pay the full cost of hotel, and 200 nights not bad, but it would have been nice to be at 240 or 140 or 149 or whatever the group rate was for the mystery hunt. Da Bears. Being not from Chicago, and I've only having been briefly in Chicago, I've never actually said Da Bears. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the puzzle. So spoilers right now. So the way this area works is there's a bunch of pillars. In fact, the way this game works, let's go all the way to the entryway just to point this out. It's been a lot of puzzles. The way this works is you see these bits adorning the columns. Well, if there's something adorning the column, you light up the light, and it works. That is the solution to the puzzle. If there's nothing adorning the column, you leave it blank. The other rule is that these are the inverse of each other. So as you can see in the next one, this one has the odd numbers, and this has the even numbers. Even numbers lit up, odd numbers lit up. And this particular and then it starts with like weird corruptions. You have to use the other side to determine what the parity is. And you just kind of go up from there. And so I've managed to solve all the way to the ultimate puzzle. And the way you can tell it's the ultimate puzzle is by the fact that its line lights a hearth. It also lights this other line. I don't know where that goes yet. Something I'll have to learn soon. But right now I'm stuck on this puzzle because while these other puzzles involved ruinous areas, like this is the ruin of this pillar and this is the ruin of that pillar, well, inverse of the ruin of that pillar. I didn't even notice the emote. That's beautiful. I wonder if you could get that to work on an oscilloscope. I bet you could. And it would look cool. I mean, you wouldn't get the colors, but it would still look cool. Very stylized. Alright. Oh, it's a lot of sharks. I've played Echo the Dolphin. I know how that ends. Anyway, this is the puzzle I'm stuck on now. I've solved 4 other areas so far. This would be the 5th if I did, out of 9. The game's clear that there are 9 areas. And so now I'm trying to figure out how the pillar thing works with this. Because typically this and this are inverses. Also, a useful feature I almost never use is make it glow. You can make tiles glow. So far I've had very little reason to use this, aside from wanting to mark some theoretical tiles. And it turns out that resetting puzzle doesn't remove those. Which is probably for the best, but slightly annoying to have to clean up. So my initial thought was that the game is lying to me. And this right here is the thing that disproves the theory. So I'm kind of wondering if it's a different class of mirroring, right? Because this and that cannot be lit up at the same time. Glowing tiles that mean pencil marks? Yes, it does. I believe this is a, like, question tile. So, like, you know, you're doing Sudoku or something. Only Penpa. Is that a pig? I don't know. But, yeah. Now, like I said, I'm not using 2 Max. This is a game that works. It works under Wine, well, Crossover, which is basically fancier Wine. I'm using a version of Steam that keeps telling me that Windows 7 will not be supported will not be supported in 0 days. It's really funny. And at some point it's going to break, and I'm going to be very unhappy with it. It's not Windows 7. No, this is a Mac, modern Mac OS, but the sort of environment in which it's running is Windows 7. That might be why I'm having trouble with other games now that I think about it. But that was the bottle it called to do. Proton? I don't think so. Mark empty squares with dots of pencil? Yeah. I do something similar with that when I'd like solve nonograms. Or Picross to the hip people. Penpo is also a website where you can puzzle. Ah, okay. Yeah, when I think of websites where you can solve a lot of like puzzles like this, I think of Nikolai. Nikolai's the big one in my mind. One of the mystery hunts puzzles was like Nikolai goes missing. Because it was all about weird events that change the course of history when you're in this alternate timeline, and that changed how logic puzzles work. I can't remember any of the other ones really all that well. I think one of them was the poles switch. Oh, and then you use this information to solve a different puzzle. But the best one, without a doubt, was Paris Goes Gay, where instead of the flag of France being, the standard 3-color thing you're familiar with, it was replaced with the gay pride flag, and you had to solve another puzzle that way, which was kind of funny. And these all, of course, came with descriptions of how these alternate histories came to be. But anyway, this is the puzzle I'm currently confronted with and has nothing to do with any of those things. So, it's an environmental puzzle. It doesn't seem to work the same way as the other ones. The inner part's the inverse? It's possible. So we could try it. Alright, so if the inner part's the inverse of that is on, inverse of that is on, this one would be on, this entire off, on. Sit here, shut up, and I'll get with chat, because you have scoured this game. Oh, so you've beaten it. It's a wonderful, delightful experience. Yes, it is. It's been fun so far. Inverse. Either I've inverted wrong, or... It's very possible I'm inverting wrong. How'd I come to this conclusion? Okay, so I'm treating it as 2 separate pillars, right? So let's just do 1 pillar all the way up and down, and then go from there. On. This is off, so that's on. And then I could do this pillar separately. On. I think that's the same solution I came to a minute ago. Maybe I need a different kind of inverse. In fact, this isn't really... Well, these parts are inverted, but it's not inverting across the whole thing. What if I swap these inverses? I just had to inverse the inverse. Wedge product. Well, I got it. I win this round, even if I didn't fully grok it. I am fine with that. Now I just have to leave. Oh, and then there was this. There was this puzzle. I want this one because it gives me a shortcut. It's one of those cases where I want to take a picture so I can look at it. Which I will do on this computer because it's easier to mess with. I swear, one of the best features of streaming with 2 computers is that you can take screenshots on the other one. I have used this feature a number of times. Especially when I'm playing... In fact, actually, when I was playing The Witness, I was playing on a projector, and it was too dim to see things, so frequently I would take screenshots via Steam, and then look... I had a web server up and running in that screenshot directory, so I could look at the screenshots I was taking, so I could see them in more clarity. So I can still see exterior algebras. Answer was wrong. You were off by 2 parts. Interesting. Shortcut puzzle is evil. It definitely seems to be evil. So this looks the same from the start. So maybe do the inverse of this? No. No. But I do appreciate it. I'm not quite at nudge where... I'm not at the point where I need a nudge, I think, but I'm definitely... If I do need one, I will definitely ask. My usual policy is that I will explicitly ask for help if I'm really in deep. I got through the entirety of Dark Souls with people almost not spoiling any of it for me, which was pretty impressive. Or you rated me. Screw... Shock Attack. Makes way more sense. Rated you. They've been working on a cross stitch of a Hubble Deep, the small Magellanic Cloud. Oh, that's pretty cool. If you got a picture, I'd love to see it. I can't show it on stream because I don't have the tech for that, which is one of the more embarrassing parts of my setup presently. But false color composite, Splitzer IR, Hubble visible. Interesting. Has some fancy space. So does this not follow the rules? Ah, there we go. That works. Wait, it would work if screenshot wasn't in the way. Oh, wow, that looks nice. Holy cow. That's all from Thread? Hot damn. Color me impressed. Oh, false color me impressed. We drag the windows around again. 430... Oh god, that's so many stitches. The total is going to be a bit short of 1 million. Damn. That's put in some work. I have a shirt that looks vaguely like that. It's got some star thing printed on it, got a Kickstarter, and I never have actually worn it. I've only used it as a side tablecloth, which has been good. It's preserved the IKEA table. The angles on these different? Is that what I'm supposed to notice? No. I do want this shortcut, though. Okay, so the puzzle is evil, since we know that now. The thing is, I kind of think these look symmetrical, but I don't think they are. Did it shear the top? The top looks correct, right, compared to all of these. Why am I going back over here to look? Kind of wondering if, the top fell off. You know, the front just falls off. Do puzzle games so you're no stranger to biting your tongue and knowing when to hit, knowing how to hit. Ah, when and how. What kind of puzzle games do you prefer? Because puzzle games are a big genre. I'm definitely a big fan of some of them. I like this type of puzzle game more than I like, say, playing Tetris. Everything. Just finished Talos 2. Ah, Talos was on my list of things that might possibly work, and then it didn't. It was highly disappointing. Not action puzzles? Fair. Have you ever played The Fool's Errand? Or The Fool and His Money? The Cliff Johnson games? They're both quite good, though they're more kind of pen and paperish. Oh, you have? Excellent. It's awful? Oh, come on now. I'm a big fan of those games. They're quite fun. In their own special way. So I think 3 and 3 is probably the best of the set, though I don't think I've finished any of them legitimately. I probably should go back and try that at some point. What are its offset? Don't remember the moving, flashing, click target puzzle. I remember that one. I remember the one you have to use the menu to solve. I'm assuming you're talking about the OG Fool's Errand. Well, what were the other ones? There was some mouse mazes you had to solve that were kind of tricky. There's probably a few other ones. It's very much outsider art when it came to puzzle games in that era. What if it's just the inverse? What if I ignore what's on this pillar? Do something like that. Like if it's upside down. I'm not certain of this. You feel like it would be obvious, but the way these are stippled looks so much similar on both sides. Well, okay, what if I assume differently? No, but there's only a gap of... Oh, wait. I understand what I'm looking at now. Haha. Okay, I thought I understood what I was looking at now. But I do think the other one is upside down. Okay, maybe I don't. But, like, here, I initially thought that this was a proper gap, but now I think this is, looking at the other one, I think this is actually a broken gap. Gets used to saying that a bunch. I've already done a chunk of this. I don't think I've had any individual puzzle hang me up this long when it was such a simple one. But yeah, I think it's upside down. Problem then is how to interpret its upside downness. Then if that one's upside down, what does that mean for me? Because I definitely need to turn these on. I think that's goes without saying. But then if it's inverted, I don't. So if I'm inverting this, assuming it's upside down, which is beginning to sound kind of nuts. Notch that, too. Notch that. No. Possibly this. Definitely not. Okay, I think I may take the nudge, because it's just it's a shortcut puzzle. You need to grab a drink. The drink is on the floor. Like I said, this is not a great setup. But the problem is that if you put your drink down on the surface that has the microphone, it sounds bad. But we're not doing that. It's a direct question I want answered. I've made a lot of assumptions. There have been a lot of assumptions. Okay. I could start from first principles, or I could try to come up with a better question. So, then to think about what my question would be. I think a key and important assumption is, do I turn these four on? No, if I do... No, I don't know if that's the right question yet. Maybe I haven't tried... Maybe there's more things I can think about. Okay, one, it's cut off. Why would I? That's a good question. The general rule has been, if there are things on the side here, to turn it on. This looks broken in some way. But how is it broken? The top is sheared off, which is weird, and I think probably an important part of understanding the puzzle. It's quite incomplete, yes. There is an equivalent, because of the way this works with symmetries, there's an equivalent one over here, which I have a screenshot of, but I want to show on stream again. It definitely looks more complete, but it's missing its, what's the thing you put a pillar on? Where did the top chunk end up? Valid question. Very valid question, actually. I assumed it might be in this rubble here, but it could have fallen further over to somewhere else. Problem is, it takes forever to travel between these areas. I like how the vines kind of alias up and down. Can't really get into that spot without doing a lot more work. I don't think it fell forward. I think if it did fall, it fell backward. Suddenly I realize I'm not even on the surface I think I'm on. Might as well be walking on the sun. But the other one is also missing that. The other one doesn't have the surface. Might have ended up over there in the water. Very possibly. I want to walk all the way over there. The other one's missing what now? The base. All of these have a base to the pillar. The other one does not have the base on the pillar. As you can see, it has these 3 lines here. And the other one does not on it. Which I guess makes sense if it's underwater. The easiest way to go check out that theory. I have to walk all the way around. So if it's underwater, that would mean that it's quite a bit tall. Oh, it could be quite a bit taller than I think it is, and so that's why the correspondence doesn't make any sense. I don't know how tall it is. The one on the right. Measuring things. So, yeah, that's probably the important and key assumption. Is that there is stiff underneath the water that I'm not considering here. So we know they're inverses. I have no idea about this one. I guess I do know because it's down here. And then this one, and at some point connects to the other part. So if we assume it's 4, then something like 1, 2, and then I'd need more to turn on. Or possibly move it up by 1. Gotta crash. Enjoy the East Coast. Hit you up next time. Hit me up next when you're on the Midwest? Yeah. No, I definitely will. I've got some time till then. I'll get things sorted. Sleep well, or do something. Why would it be a 4? You're right. Why would it be a 4? What I'm thinking is that the part of the pillar we're seeing starts around here and then inverts, which means I'm doing it backwards. Okay, so assume that's the case because it's inverted. Then above this, well, it comes in here, so I think that could that be lining up right there? In fact, actually looking at it might just be that it's turned around too, but I guess that rotation doesn't matter. Okay, so invert. If we assume that that's the base, and that's just where it comes up, this would be off. This would be on, off, on. There we go, just a matter of lining things up. I can get rid of the screenshot now. Oh, and did I ever get around to doing that? Shoot, I never did. Anyway. Forgot to do that earlier, I think. Kind of figured someone might actually do it. I think if Max was still around, he might have. But yeah, Tass is cool. I know an awful lot of you came in from there, but Tass also plays programmery and puzzly type games, though I haven't caught many of his streams recently because I'm generally asleep when he's streaming during the day or doing something else. He is a cool guy, not afraid of anything. However that Halo quote goes. Anyway, now I got that path. I guess we can explore up here. Watching piece that together was incredible. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. You type well done, but your cat fucked your browser. Oh my. I am aware of the danger of cats and computers. I had a stream last week where I put cat warning, and then there was never any cat, unfortunately. My sister, streaming for my sister's place, and she has a cat that's pretty noisy. And likes to give his opinions on things. And he never came around. Her child did start crying, though, so, you know. Got most of the experience. Teething, unfortunately, it sounds like. It's getting a molar in. But not much you can do to help. Tonight was incredibly scuffed. Your roommates have been streaming and DLing stuff and killing your bitrate at end early. Yeah. That is a dangerous thing. There's going to be another puzzle that uses this somewhere. Yeah, I had a bit of a false start earlier because I forgot to disable the VPN on the rightmost machine. And then also got to disable on the leftmost machine, but that one was fine with it. Oh. So at this point, I could try to solve the game, except I don't know what this symbol means. So I guess regardless, you have to... Oh, I don't actually know how the lines work. So you have to solve, like, the major things before you can actually solve the final, or whatever this is, this sort of culmination or meta puzzle. I know what these mean. They have to be within the same group set. Also, it turned the cells black. That's different. Might be another rule here, I don't know yet. But either way, this is not presently tractable with the knowledge I have, because I have no idea what the fans mean, and I have no idea how the lines work. So let's go off somewhere else. Where that somewhere else is, I'm not sure yet. I really wanted to get into this area, but I haven't found the starter puzzle. Like, I found... Wait, oh no. I found this starter puzzle, but it's bigger than I expected, and I don't understand it. I got the diamonds. Yeah, the diamonds were tricky. That one, I think, was the hardest of the sections. I got the diamonds last night. I also got the dice, or pips, or whatever you want to call them, last night. And then today I've done trees, binary, and towers. So I still haven't completed the house, lines, fans, and pistons? I don't know. I'm certain the game has names for these things, but I don't know what they are, and I'm one of the people... I'm the kind of person who doesn't care too much what the game actually calls it. I'm the one playing the game. Let's see if I can find another way. This is clearly used in a puzzle somewhere. Oh, hey, puzzles. Hey. Oh, wait a second. This, I think, is a way into the fan section. Cool, let's go here. Alright. That's not right. Alright, we'll try... Oh, wait. This is based upon this, isn't it? Oh, wait, no, this is based right upon this thing. Is this environmental, or is it something else? Or is it... Yeah, I've played a few puzzle games. I got really far into the Witness. I don't think I ever completed it, though. I beat it. Didn't complete it. Why do the colors matter? Did try all on. That's incorrect. Doesn't... Is the orange one being flashed specifically? No. It just happens to flash weirdly. Ah, okay. So orange means off, or orange means on, purple means off. So, does it matter which two? No, the constraint is simply that there is the correct number around the flower. This makes sense. They're flower petals. I understand this mechanic. I thought I understood the mechanic. I guess it... Oh, it's all off. So yes, they have to be surrounded for the partition to make sense. Okay, that makes sense. This is Dayglow. Did the colors invert suddenly? Oh, they're green. I was taking away a thing. This is green. Okay, that's purple. Okay. The colors are throwing me off. It's just one, okay. Orange means on or orange means equal? I think orange means that the partition that it's inside of has to be of size, or the adjacency. There has to be one. I'm not entirely sure yet. But it's clear that it's an adjacency thing. There have to be two adjacent that are on if there's an orange. Except in this case where there's three. But maybe on and off are weird when we're talking about purple and orange as opposed to the more standard colors. So I did solve all of these, which I think are the tutorial puzzles. I think, so there's 5 here and 6 here. color the cell is on seems to matter? Yes, absolutely. So it's like it has to have one matching, I think, must be the case. If it's orange, it has to have the number matching the cell's color, and purple means has to have that number not matching. Kind of tempted to find more of these, but there's only a few here. I'm certain these are useful somewhere else. I wonder if this door opens. Okay, so with valid solutions, I can go places. Interesting. It does change the puzzle. Oh, that's snazzy. When you add that. So also, I could steal this one and maybe attach it to have something having two of them, but for now, I think that's good enough. But could also go over there. Let's go over here. This seems like a place to be. Okay. So right. I think I intuitively understand this, but can't actually describe the pattern yet. That if it's off, it needs one cell adjacent. If it's on, it needs one cell. See, I understand it. What the heck does that mean? Okay, so the outer area is treated as solid for the purposes of this. That's important to know. Okay, so that's there. Let's see, I guess this is a solution. Okay, so now... Oh, I think that's it. Just through the corners. And this one is saying what to me? It'd only be one solid between them. Should only be one anti-solid between them. Okay. That's correct. Oh, they both have it on their side. I just did that one wrong. Okay, so now what are we looking at? We're looking at... This needs two adjacencies. We can flip this, so that counts as an adjacency now. This has the same problem. I think I want to... No, that one's completely constrained correctly. This is a weird area. Okay. Double check my assumptions. So one orange in an unlit cell means it must have one unlit adjacency. And one orange in a lit cell means it must have one lit adjacency. Okay. So this is an unlit cell. It's a lit cell, so it must have two lit cells as partners. There's no other way to make that work. Ditto down here. So now those are lit cells. These need to have three adjacents, so that's three adjacent lit cells and one not lit. Which I don't think works. Or wait, no, that's how that works because the other one counts as a block. Okay, and then these two. Right. And when purple, it's unlit, it wants... Wait, what's... to be completely blocked in. I intuitively grasp this, but not intellectually grasp it. So now I can probably power that way. Okay. I also see this. This is probably a shortcut. Indeed it is. All right. See if I've learned my lessons. Okay. And of course, this one does not tell you correct or not. Okay, so this has two... I think that would constrain that one correctly. It has 2 on and 2 off adjacencies. This now has to have 1 on adjacency. 3 on adjacencies? Maybe I don't understand this well enough to do this part. Look at my note. Okay, it has to have... I don't know why this one's giving me so much trouble. Turn those off first. I've definitely been doing these a bit by rote, I think, which is why this is hurting me. This one, null, and then null, null, and then 1 lit. And if this is lit, then it needs all of them to be lit, but then that prevents that from working. Probably like 2 small bits I can solve here, and then everything else falls into place. It's all orange, and it's unlit, then it's... Unlit orange wants... I need to like start taking notes. Unlit orange wants a single empty block next to it. So therefore, this one is already properly constrained by having all of these blocks adjacent to it unlit. Whereas empty purple needs to have all of them lit. So for instance, that would constrain that one. Or empty, yeah. Ugh. Shortcut puzzle, you will be the end of me. I think it's this one that's the trick. This is the one that's the in here, right? So I make this lit, and then that's that. Imagine a feather. Imagine a feather. Okay? Entirely certain that's helping me, but I'm trying. I have not played Celeste before. I got a chunk of the way through Celeste about 2 years ago. There's a couple games that I've like started and then wanted to start back up and never did. I did that one. Did Celeste for a bit, never finished it, and I did Baba Is You. I got fairly far, but Baba Is You is a game where you can't restart it once you stop it. And in the event that we're desperate for things that work on this machine, I'll probably start up Baba Is You again. The cell has X orange symbol, and the color is N. Then, color has X orange symbol, and the color is N. Okay, if it's 2 and 2, it's... But that would still solve the middle one. I can flip it on and off, and it's still a valid solution. If it's 2, there's always needs to be 2 adjacent of the type it is. If it's lit up, there needs to be 3 adjacent of... Oh, purple's just inverse, isn't it? So orange is 2 of the type it is, of the type that the cell is. Or orange is N of the type it is. And purple is N of the type it's not. Okay, I think that's correct. So going back to this, since the cell is negative, then you could do, that'd be 3 of the cell it's not, and then I'd do something like this, and that constrains that one. So 3 it's not, whatever it does over here, some sort of don't care variable. That's constrained correctly. This has too many next to it. I can't flip that. So I don't think that's the right way to start. Positive, negative, it's all related. The edge of the grid counts as not. Okay. That helps. So this has to be orange, except the edge of the grid. So I think that might be the correct solution for this one. Which means I'd want to turn this one on. Or no, wait, it has to be the opposite. Current flows in the wrong direction because someone made a poor decision. Yeah, and the electrons are negative. It's all relative and all unfortunate. So this has 3 of the correct and 1 of not. that seems correct. And this one has two already set, so it has to be on, which means these would be on. This is 2 and 2. That one's constrained correctly. This one is on. It has 1 adjacent, so that one's constrained correctly, I think. In regards to charge polarity, yes. Well, I haven't used any of that in years. My EE is all gone to trash. I took a few EE classes way back in college, but I never was all that good at the physics-based ones. They have reversed by purple and orange. It's very, very possible. Purple is not. Oh, it has to be surrounded by not. There. Okay, yeah, I think I've done this again. You're right. I've reversed them. Okay, let's get back to that. Okay. So I think that has to be correct. So then we have 3 yeses and 1 not. Same, unsame. Then if this is on, and that's a 4, so this has to be true. I think. So, oh no, wait, it has to be the opposite. So that's correct. So these 3 are the nots. These 4 are not. This one needs 1 not adjacent. This has 2 nots adjacent to it. This has to have 1 yes, so that's correct, I think. If I get this right, I'm definitely going to feel good about my understanding of the flowers. Okay, this has to have 1, which is currently a complete and utter bit of freedom to me, so I'm not going to worry about it. I think I actually like... Oh, I'd like this pattern except for that. That does not work. But if I leave this empty... No. That constrains that, and then this? Maybe this. Okay, I was close. Simplify what I'm saying, but you think I've got it? Yes. I think I'm close to fully grokking it. That's the 1 knot. This has 4 knots, or it's 4 yeses. So if I turn that on, then that turns that into 4 knots, which is good. I'm gonna go look at the examples again just to make sure my head's in the right spot. 4 is surrounded by 4 purples are surrounded by 4 opposites. That's good. Gotta copy your name change forms. Good luck. Enjoy filling out forms. I hate filling out forms so much. Okay. Start from first principles again. Okay, so this has to be surrounded by 4 things that it's not. That has to be true. This is surrounded by 4 things it is not. All filled out, you just need to copy them. Oh, I assumed you needed to copy more. As opposed to, like, take it down and print more of them, or Xerox them, or whatever. Mimeograph. Carbon copy. X orange means X of the same color touching. Yes. That is a much simpler way of putting what I've been trying to say. God, I've been having a hard time of it, haven't I? So turn that on, and that gets us 2 there of the same color touching. Or it would have also worked that way. I think that one might be reversible, depending upon what I need. But that does solve that. This now has 1 touching. This has 2 touching. This is inverted. So now it has 3 touching. This has the 0 of the same type touching. Yeah, this is so much better than trying to negate logic. The edge of the grid is not the same color. Okay. Not. And this is not... I did turn it on. What would that mean? I would need 3 empty spaces and 1 on space. This one's presently correct because it's the same. This one needs 1. This one needs 1? No. Okay, which one am I screwed up? Okay, so this has 3 of the same touching. That's good. This has 0 of the same touching. That's good. This one has 1 of the same touching, which is good. This has 2 of the same touching, which is good. Oh, that's the opposite. This needs 3 things that are other than that touching. Yeah. And then that would be wrong too. Okay. 3 are the same. This one's currently constrained correctly. I think light this one and that. No. feel like I'm close. Or I'm completely misunderstanding. Either way. Okay, so back to checking the logic. This has 3 of the same touching, that's good. This has 0 of the same touching, that's good. This has 1 same touching, and then all 3 are not. This is 2, has 2 touching, which is how that corner piece is always going to be, is having its 2 the same color as it. This one has 1 of the same touching, which is good. Oh, that's lit up, so that's incorrect. This has all of the same touching, so that's good. The edge of the grid is not the same color. Edge of the grid is not the same color. It's the same solution. This needs to be touching 1 of the same. There we go. There's no cell off the grid, so it can't count. It's one of those things where, like, once you start dealing with cells like that, or sort of convolutions, it gets tricky when you don't define what's outside of it. Yeah, and I just inverted that one again, so that worked. I now have access to this area. Hooray. Alright, well, that's cool. I have that shortcut. I think I understand it well enough now that I'm going to continue onward on this path. So now this is a power routing puzzle. Okay, so first off, what's important is actually moving this over. Oh, there's multiple planks. I need all 3 planks. Okay. I see them now. So I need to move this plank somewhere useful. I thought the flower clues are some of the most fun to solve with once you get them. Yes, they're definitely interesting. I want to leave... Actually, I want to leave those alone. I want to push... that right and move up. I have access to all 3 of them, and I just need to rotate it around, I think. In fact, what I need to do... I got this. I got this. Move it up. And realize I'm almost 1 plank short. Okay, convert to this mode. And then come over here. Connect this downward. And then connect this overward, which is totally a word. And then we can connect the power here, which is either going to continue this set of puzzles or unlock a different set of puzzles. One or the other. And then we can connect the power over here, which will either power another set of the same type of puzzles or different puzzles. These are pip puzzles. Do I want to do pip puzzles? I don't know if I want to do pip puzzles, but I did go and get the things all the way over here. Would be the routing for the power over there if I need. Just twist it turn-wise. Reverse Wondershins. Windershins is the way I meant to do it. All right, so I've got 1. I have 4 planks. I have 3 planks. If I wanted to route power over to there, I would need more planks. I think there must only be 1 power routing puzzle. I think. Alright, so up. I'm just gonna go see what's over here before I go start messing with colored pips. So I'm not sure I want to solve that puzzle. I'm only moving 1 plank. Oh, that's still powered. I don't know why I thought I needed 3. Sure looks like there's something to solve here. Somewhere. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this is definitely the next step. Whee! Yeah, I did that would work. But you always gotta try. Because it never hurts to guess 0 first. Okay. It's definitely a tiling issue. So it's something like this. They all need to be touching 1. So it's a tiling issue. Nah, that didn't solve it. All of them are not constrained correctly. In fact, none of them are touching the same. Too many grapes in the first puzzle. If the integral B integral is too complicated, it's probably 0, ln2, or pi over 2. Exactly. Way back in college, they had these online physics courses. I forget what the name was. It was some famous physicist's name. But it never hurt to guess 0 or 1, as long as you weren't being penalized for guessing, because it often got you out of having to solve the entire problem. Intriguing in a way. Right, because it's in the corner. Solves those. Something like this. No. The corner, it can only have, it must have one of these two on. And then, because these are on now, they actually need 3 adjacency, which is bad. Right, because the doubling up works. Yeah, at this point I'm just messing around. I don't actually have a good solution. I think this is trying to teach me something important. How late am I planning to go? Probably not more than an hour. About an hour or so. I usually try to keep my streams when I'm on the East Coast between 2 and 3 hours. And I'm just lapping 2 hours right now. Just barely. It's not trying to teach you anything important. Just breathe. You gotta believe. Like I want to interleave these stripes. This works so well until you do that. You can't interleave them perfectly. I've made an X. Interesting how that solves a fraction of it. And that unsolves the fraction of it. I feel like there's definitely like a cascade effect somewhere that I need to be looking for. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just messing around. Explore the space for a moment while I take a moment and think. Oh, this opens a shortcut door. This isn't even where I'm supposed to be continuing solving. Interesting. That means that if I did want to do this, I need to bring power all the way over there. Each cell sees exactly one neighboring cell. I mean, that's true. Or it needs to. Cell sees one neighboring cell. By the inverse of what I just did, because sometimes that just magically works. That's not gonna work. He definitely has it. He understands it. Definitely. Right, because the 2 rule. That's what I keep doing. I keep, like, laying these out, and then in the basic same fortunate shape. And then being confused about what to do next. Very relaxing music. I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall. This is not ideal. Have a suggestion? Yeah, go for it. I think this is one of the areas that gonna take me some thinking. Start from a corner and solve logically? Alright. Okay, so this one is not constrained properly. It has to have a partner if it's on. If it's off, it needs to be surrounded like that. So there's two possibilities, really. Is it going to be on or off? So let's start with on, because I like on. Okay, so then it has to have a partner right here. That solves that. And these two are properly constrained. Then what do I do to solve this one? This one is off and has... Wait, isn't that one? No, that one is not solved. It is seeing one on cell, but it's unhappy. Oh, because it has to be 3 of the same kind. Good time to use the sparkles? Very possibly. Sparkly. Okay. Maybe start with the opposite conclusion. It's off. It's happy because it sees exactly one on cell amongst a sea of off cells. This one is not happy. Orange is a count of the same type of cell. And these always count as knots. Always, always, always count as off. So that would have to be that way. That makes that one deeply unhappy. First step, you know, it's one of those where I might go and mess around with the power stuff, because I'm certain I need to come back and figure that out. This seems like a nice shortcut, but it's not terribly important. So if I'm going to spend another like 5 minutes on this, I'll probably walk off somewhere else and try to solve a different puzzle and come back when my understanding is better. Like, that's, I think, one of the key things to playing this class of puzzle game is realizing when you're not making useful progress and just go shift gears, solve other puzzles, and come back. Because there's clearly more of these types of puzzles around here that I could solve after I do the power routing. In fact, I think at this point I'm just gonna go do that. Okay, so... actually take the quick path. The only question I have is there a second place to tap power? Actually, there's a spot here that wants power. I wonder what I could do with that, but I can't route the power over there yet because I don't have enough bridges. I can span 3, and that's clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4 tile gap. So that doesn't help me yet. Does this power eventually route someplace meaningful for me? It's interesting that it hooks up to this and this directly. These are all different types. I can span 4. I forgot I didn't count this one. I forgot to count that one. Let's... That's not helpful. Take a moment, think about your puzzle. I want to keep this connected. I want to move this. I need to be able to go somewhere else. It's easy to forget when you've already got one hooked up somewhere. I want to move this to that. Take a moment. Breathe. I think I might just have to move one of these other ones. Apologies for the left one. Stayed lit after disconnecting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, once it's lit, it stays lit. That is actually a useful discovery. Of course, it doesn't count with these ones, but, you know. No, but bad puns and math jokes are definitely welcome. I have no problems with those. I've not screwed myself. There is a way out of this. I just need to think a little harder. Okay, so let's bring this bridge. I think I just need... Oh, hey, I do have another bridge. I have 5 bridges. I didn't count this one, but I didn't count that one. That's actually way more important than I just realized. Because that means, if it's still lit, I can do this and the tree lights up. And that is one closer to my goals than other things. So that makes sense. And indeed it is lit AF. God, there was a Mystery Hunt puzzle 2020 where you had to convert an old thing into a new thing. And one of the answers we got was groovy, and that was where my theory started. And the answer was, the solution to that one was, in fact, lit AF. Okay. This over here. We should get done the hunt this year. Yeah, do you hunt with a specific team? Out of curiosity? Or just like the idea of doing the hunt? Signed on to a team, new job sucked you. Ah, okay. Fair enough. It happens. I've been hunting with the same team for a number of years, so... Okay, this is close to what I want, but it isn't what I want. Casually, your team's a bunch of amateurs. I mean, technically speaking, everybody solving the hunt is amateurs. There's no professional... I guess there is the National Puzzle League. As I say, there's no professional puzzle league. Yes, there is one professional puzzle league. Cryptic Pro? Oh man, I'm so bad at cryptics. When me and my buddies, we've done like puzzle boats, we'll occasionally reach a cryptic and we'll be so excited when we solve one clue. It's not great. But those take a lot of just devotion, time, and effort. Okay, now that's lit up, which I don't think actually helps except for having lit it up. So now I need to route the bridges back, the last bridge over here. Bounce a clue off. I will consider that. But usually when we do, like, puzzle boat, we're usually just goofing around. It's not a serious endeavor. We're not remotely good enough to do that. It's not like being on Dan's team. I think this is good. And I'll rotate this outward. It's also been a long time since we've done puzzles because my puzzle management software got borked. Have I forgotten how I'm supposed to do this? I need to have a second... If I push that way... yeah, okay. I need to put 2 on one of these other ones. I think what I need to do is come up here, rotate this one. So I have this, and bridge these 2. And then that gets us this. Does it? Okay, then I can come back around this way. With this bridge degree of freedom. And then move this bridge downward. And then go around. Yeah, it was actually a pretty cool hunt this year. There was definitely some parts where I was not happy. There's a couple puzzles that I worked on that there was one where I worked on, I'm just still a little bit miffed. That they added a bunch of extraneous data that did not need to be there, and I kind of went nuts trying to figure out what it was. Yeah, there are. There was one that was supposed to be in the fish puzzle category, i.e. easier puzzles for people. This one over there. Then, I guess actually I don't need to fully span this. I have everything I need, and I can just power that up now. As long as I'm happy not leaving. Another hunt a few months ago where every answer within a puzzle was arrived via a different method, like a completely different method. All you had were vague suggestive clues. One in another hunt a few months ago where every answer within one puzzle arrived... Okay. So this means the puzzles were connected? Final answer was easy to get, but the individual answers were not. Oh, it sounds like one of those mini-meta type things. It's a walker. No regularity of the process. Okay. Maybe this wasn't the wisest thing to start with. Not good at walker puzzles. Okay. One puzzle, a handful of vague clues, and a jumble of words. Doesn't sound great. Which puzzle was that? Like, was that Galactic? Okay, if I do walk through one of these, then I have to... Sort the jumble into categories and put the categories where, as mentioned, irregularly. Galactic was fantastic. Okay. I think it's just walk around the edges looking at this. There we go. Hey, look, terraces. Can't remember Perch from memory. I mean, there's a bunch. What was it like? There was the Australian puzzle hunt type, and that was never my favorite. I forget what it was called. I think it started with an M. Okay. Already... I don't think I like the way I've routed it. Okay. This needs to be fully surrounded. Needs to be surrounded except for one. Which it probably was with my previous routing, actually, looking at it, because I'm going to need to go here, and that would have been fine if I hadn't tied that spot up. Oh, whoops. I needed to hit that spot too. Oh, because I didn't touch that. Ah. And then that needs one of the same type if I'm going to do that, which, because of my routing, is incorrect. Now that has two. Okay, so I'm not touching the right things. Start over. Yeah, the A thing was definitely helpful once I found that, being able to reset the path. Something to make past MIT puzzle been rough, required fairly deep knowledge of organic. Yes. No, it's not searchable. There's a lot of MIT puzzles where just like the information you need, good luck finding it. My personal favorite one, me and my brother were doing it one year. We went and tried to find information on this obscure language, and after the fact we find out it wasn't an actual person language. It wasn't even really a conlang. It was a language of Furbies. We felt pretty dumb after that. At some point, you have to consider accessibility. Yeah, for longer puzzles, having an undo is so useful. Right. Oh. Get me back on the path. And then that's touching two. But I can... Oh, wait, no, that needs to be... Okay, that's... Okay, yeah. Let's go back to here, go up there, go down here. Oh, wait, how did I do this? Nope. Really fun Galactic puzzle hunt this year. A puzzle called Coloring. Yeah, I didn't check out this year's Galactic. I checked out... Oh god, what would it have been? Whole Hunt was themed to the card battle game. I heard about that. The particular puzzle was to set up your opponent's cards in a specific arrangement, and your first goal was to destroy them all the same deck for yourself. So you couldn't lose any. Interesting. Yeah, the last Galactic one I did was the one that I think ended up with its own conlang, where you had aliens and stuff. We got to the first meta, and then I think we stopped going very fast. One of the same. All right, gotta go down here. Do that. One of the same. There we go. I was close several times. Conlangs are cool. Mystery Hunt has a lot of them, typically. The joke was that all the card titles are places in Colorado? And also Wyoming. Just that vague area. How bizarre. Yeah, there's one in the Mystery Hunt called Chaotic that's pretty consistent. It shows up a lot. I think they've had like 4, maybe 3 or 4 puzzles. Flavor text are all mashups of facts attached. Oh, interesting. I do like how they play with the structure in those, and the fact that they know it's going to run for a week helps a lot in terms of their overall goals and designs. I think I want to do something like this. First try. Original positions of their cards were their grid locations in Colorado, and you're supposed to move yours to the grid locations in Wyoming? The process for solving. Oh, I bet. That sounds very in-depth and interesting. Why don't you go look at how that worked out? Wait a second. That means that could, if I did light that up, it could never be constrained. So that has to be surrounded. Huh. It has to be surrounded. Ooh. That means that's where the thing ends. If this is just turning on all the lights, I can do that. Do a lot of searching for... Oh, yeah. There was one Microsoft puzzle hunt where it turned out all of the answers were someplace in Oregon, I think. But that wasn't as interesting. Yep, a perfect space-filling path. That was satisfying to do. Adding the path constraints is making my life a bit easier here, honestly. Okay. So that's half-half. So at some point I have to walk through there. This is on a backside, so it has to be surrounded, and this has to be on, because it will not work otherwise, because it's already going to have one on next to it. Okay. If I'm going to surround that, that has to be the last place I walk. It's got to be something like this. There's the stair step. And again, a complete space-filling path. Oh, except I need to walk through it. Okay, let's go back to this one. Walk through it. Perfect. Yep, it happens. That's why I appreciate games that have undo buttons. There was a... That one didn't have an undo button. Yeah, I want to do like a stream talking about Mystery on Puzzles at some point, but until the new ones are up and I have access to a mouse and keyboard that will not be really loud on a Surface, I'm not going to be able to do it. But it's been on those lists forever.
Thanks for the follow.
And thank you for the follow. The default, because usually when I'm playing like Super Mario World or doing other things, it'll pop up somewhere else in like the game. But the default, the base class alert thing is just have Miku say it. Getting Miku to work was a triumph, honestly. That took way too much work. Okay, so looking at the puzzle again, the first thing to think about is that this needs to have two adjacency. Can't walk that way yet. That needs to have like one gap. This also needs to have one gap, which I have deprived it. Or did I? Okay. Then I walk this way, get that adjacency bonus. It's lit, so if I walk up that way, I can't go anywhere. Also, I need to go down. And once you hit the lit square, you're done. Interesting. This does change how I want to do this, I think. Let's go back to the start. Okay, turn... Double check assumption. Okay, that is already satisfied. If I do... That is satisfied, so I can't ever walk through those squares. I can't walk here because it'll become unsatisfied. Then I'm pinned in. I might need to start somewhere else. I think the upstart's not going to work. Another fun fact. Miku is still in Seattle. Through a myriad of bizarre bits of WebSockets, the message actually gets transmitted all the way from Seattle to DC and then back to Twitch. I have a very complicated tech setup that does not manifest at all on the screen presently. Okay. So, things we know. Let's start with things we know before we get too far into the weeds. This one's already the opposite of already satisfied. So I'm going to need to walk past one of its tiles. I can't set any of these tiles on. Sure, we don't know anything completely, but we can start with some assumptions. These tiles have to remain off. I can't ever step on any of those tiles because of this. This informs my routing and says I can't really go into it. I also do need to step on this tile, but probably not this tile. So that probably is what the routing is really trying to tell me, is I should start on the bottom and go around from this. Let's do it that way. This is half and half, so that works. That one is unlit, and I'm going to surround it otherwise, so that's fine. This one is unlit, and I'm going to surround it otherwise, so that's fine. There we go. That actually worked really well. Gardens. That's a good name for this area. Now I have to leave. Well, actually, no. I have to go and do the shortcut. Then I can leave. Alright, we're back to this. Have my learnings in other places helped? I think I understand this even more intuitively now. Oh, thanks. Puzzle is way easier than I made it. Yeah, I think I was really enamored with starting by going upward, and that the parity here is really what informed the entire puzzle. Like, once I realized I needed to start by going downward, that made all the difference. Because I kind of figured I had to end in one of these, but I had to logic my way back to it. And if I'd realized this earlier, then that would have been easier. But going up. Wrong way. Oh, this puzzle, not that other puzzle I just solved. This puzzle's way easier than I'm making it. Oh, I'm certain. It's one of those, like, I feel like it should be a nice... Just a nice, like, pattern. Something like this. And then I keep wanting to throw spaghetti at the wall for no apparent reason. You don't need to throw spaghetti at the wall. Just eat it to know when it's done. Okay. Am I out of drink? No. I still have drink. Okay. Now that that is done, I can put that can away in a more useful place. Okay. Each cell needs to see one cell of the same type. The ones on the outside receive 2 empty cells by default. So it has to be one or the other here. Basically, I either have to have it like this, or it has to be like this. Kind of. So those are happy. But then the question is how to make the next row happy. This has to meet a bunch of symmetry. If A sees B, and A only sees B, what does B see? A sees B, A only sees B. What does B see? I feel this is a tongue twister. A sees B, A only sees B. A only sees B, what does B see? B sees A, for one. Don't know if the hints are making it better or worse. Exactly one. Exactly one. Let's start with one thing. Oh, I don't know why. Sees exactly one. If A sees B, what does B see? Well, it sees the other, which is opposite. And it has to have 2 more opposites. Or one sameness adjacent to it. I'm not sure. B sees A for 1. Yes. That is one of the 3 cells that B will see. So this cell sees both. I keep wanting to use I keep getting transposed. This cell sees both of these. It sees this cell, it sees this cell. It has to have exactly one adjacency. Can't avoid that fact. And then this one has to see another one adjacent. Which means either here, or here, I guess, but that's silly. I mean, I guess it's not technically silly, but definitely not helping. Alright, you know, that was just a case of thinking of what pattern would be nice to put down. Prudent to sprinkle cells that you're defining as unlit. Yeah, that probably would have been smart, or I could just do the thing and tile it. Because I liked the tiling here. I don't know. I don't think I solved that one very well. How you doing, Ducati? It's like martial arts, except it's more about dotting I's and crossing T's. How you doing, Zucati? I'm making good progress. I think this is the 6th area I'll have finished once I have the shortcut. Okay, so we're back to this. These have to have 2 adjacency. And something, in fact, it's 1. In fact, isn't this just it? Yeah. Geometrically pleasing patterns make this a lot easier. I made that way harder than it needed to be. This is a puzzle I solved. I don't know what this puzzle's for, but I solved it. But yeah, if you've ever played The Witness, Zucati, it's like The Witness, but it's 2D, and it uses cells instead of lines. The difference makes a certain amount of difficulty in places, but it has a similar sort of thing where you're observing puzzles in the natural world to solve things over time. Alright, let's go back to the center now and see if it's more lit up. Ever played The Witness? If you don't dot your I's and cross your T's, this is just Laljal. I like it. I'd say The Witness is worth playing. I think it's pretty fun. Has interesting puzzles. Okay, I still don't understand lines. If a game is 3D, there's a 9 chance you've never played it. Fair. Absolutely fair. Alright. Where to now? I only have 3 more options, and I know where 2 of them are, at least how parts of them work. There's this, which I think... Oh, there's that. I should go take care of that. I'm certain this is important later. Very certain. Yeah, I'd say the likelihood of me playing any 3D game while I'm here is very low. Just because things have not been working for Max. Alright, here, different kind of puzzle now. So, the way this works, I need to have contiguous areas of the certain color. So full of stuff, things to look at. Yep, I'm enjoying the stuff. There's no story so far that I can tell, but I'm not... That doesn't bug me. I need 9, and that's 7. So I think it's something like this. Fans. Okay, so I need a contiguous area of 4. Don't like complaining about being poor every 5 minutes, but it sucks. Yeah. I remember back in the day when I wanted to play cool video games and couldn't because of computer issues, such as not having a powerful enough computer. But the issue was I really wanted to play the original Duke Nukem, and we didn't have an extra megabyte of RAM. Which, of all of the troubles in the world, is definitely not one to complain too much about. It was a very different time. I think this is just these connected like this. Oh, no, that doesn't like that. Oh, because there's 2. There's 2 connected there. Right, that doesn't work. It's 3 empties. And then that makes that 5. Okay, that's not good. Restart this puzzle. What am I looking at? Okay, so constraint. I have to have 4 connect purple, but I can be inside of this. So I could do that. Which would make this unhappy, but I could do it. $64K should be enough for anyone. You know, you wish, but it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. I was reading recently about how the various bits of XMS and EMS all worked in DOS, and dear God, they have an awful environment to work in. Just a bunch of spots of undefined bus. I'm like, well, we could just put some bank switched RAM there. Why not? Oh, we needed to expand our address lines? Let's run one to the keyboard. That just makes sense. Is it A23 or something? Absolute nutters. I'm thinking about this the wrong way. What if I box off this area? No. Like 3 when that tech was in vogue. Just remember the memes. Yeah. We always had computers growing up because my mother worked doing editing things. And so there was always a computer in the house. I did play the first video game I ever played on stream once. Or twice. Possibly 3 times. Ernie's Big Splash. It's like The Incredible Machine, but made for 3-year-olds. But surprisingly fun. It has a really good intro musical piece that's played on the PC speaker. For a PC speaker thing. It's no Mega Blast. The best PC speaker game noises. Yeah, I'd say the best game music I've ever heard from PC speaker was from Xenon 2 Mega Blast. There might be better ones, I'm not aware of them. There's certainly better demos that have them. I think 80 miles an hour or whatever that one is. Okay, so back to the puzzle. I'm getting distracted thinking about old computers. I actually do use an old computer to stream things sometimes. I have a Windows 98 machine that mostly holds up my Super Nintendo, but I occasionally bust out for Windows 98 games. And I do have something I want to stream off of it, but I can't. Someone sent me files, a backup of an old website, and I'd love to stream something going through it, but I can't do it yet because I'm not home yet. But when I get home, that's very high on my list of things to stream. Okay. Might be like an intro into Baldur's Gate 2 or something, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay, the issue here is I need 2 partitions of 4. That's not it, but I'm doing the 4 partitions. Logging into Prodigy? Ah, nice. You never used Prodigy. CompuServe and AOL, yes. Prodigy, no. I don't know why. But we were on CompuServe for a while, and CompuServe was expensive. Once got in trouble for downloading Duke Nukem 3D, not for its content, but because I tied up the phone line too long. And of course, CompuServe also charged by the minute. And downloading the whole 6 megabytes was not fast. It was a different time. 3 of the same means 1. So 1 of the tiles around here has to be on, or this one needs to be on. It has to be, or this one needs to be on. It has 3 adjacent tiles. I think there's a trick that I'm not considering here. I don't know what it is yet. There's got to be a trick. There's always a trick. Now, squinting at is not helping. Okay, alright, so how many different ways can I partition this for? Partition it this way, which isn't great, because then this one wants to have more adjacency than it can have. Partition it this way, but then I have the same problem. This needs the adjacency it can't have. See a simple solution? I'm certain there is a simple solution. I'm just not thinking of it yet. The problem is... What is the problem, Pat? Provide via process of elimination if you know what to look at. Yeah. You need to decide which thing to try to solve first. Okay, so 4 can either look like that... or that. Interesting. No, because that's not the same. I like that tiling. Then, there we go. Just need to invert it. Clearly the message of this game, do things and then invert them. Alright. Needs to have 3 of the same. So if I do that, then that's clearly impossible. That's clearly impossible. So, isn't it just this? Yeah, okay, that was trivial. Compared to the last one. Okay. Next up, 9. Okay, so we know that because of the way these work, those have to be surrounded for that to work. We do know whenever we see one of these, it has to look like this. There are certain patterns, just like nonogram pattern havers. These have to be on, I think. So let's see, how many things do I have? I have too many. No, they don't have to be on. This can be on. In which case, those have to be all. These would have to all be off, and that's not happening. Okay. I get a contiguous 9 for this to work. I need a contiguous 9. There's currently 4. That is 5 on this side, 5 on that side. That's too many. Okay, let's start better. I think that has to be true. Oh, those are already correct. Okay, that's why that works. I forgot you can do that. Okay. Then these also have to be on. Then I think if I just tile this interior area. No. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I need 3, and I think I can just do this. No, I can't. Because then that breaks that constraint. That breaks that constraint. I can't just turn these on, because then it becomes too big. Makes everyone unhappy. Okay. I must have some assumption that I'm making that must be incorrect. But I think a corner... Well, I can flip that one on, which means I don't have to do the 2 corners there. Cool. And then this one I can also flip on, which means I don't need to do the 2 corners there. That's the thing I was missing, I think. And then put these on. So then these have the 1 constraint. And then connect it up. There we go. It's a question of duality. Duality. Without a locked cell, the polarity doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's where I was at. Why was I shading the 9? Valid question. It felt like the right thing to do, but I guess I could have done the whole thing inverted by just putting a few other cells on. Oh well, it worked out. Okay, so this is an 8. I need to do what? Sorry to sound curt, just the autism. No, I don't mind it. It's just fine. Okay. Back to thinking. I can turn this on. It's already constraint solved if I want it to be. I need to have a contiguous 8. I like doing that. So that's 7 already. Oh, that's not. Very not 8. Okay, so that's what 8 looks like if I'm doing that. What am I trying to solve first? Okay, so we have all of these that must be surrounded. Either kind of like tiles us our way up here. So then that does that, and then it'd have to be that. And then all I'd have to do is have enough 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's too many. 4 and 4, and that's still too many. There are too few. So I have 7 now, and that's not enough. So let's invert this first. So let's assume that I want to solve this one by not touching it, which means I solve this one by touching it. 1, 2, 3. So that's 7. 8. And no, that's not constrained properly. Nuts. 2, 3, 5, 6. And it needs one more adjacency. The same problem. Yep. These things happen. And that's under constrained again. And I have everything but that one. Close. Shift that there. And I have to ditch that. Oh, I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall. Alright, let's try to actually think this through again. There's two possibilities to start with. Either these are on, or these are off. Let's unspaghetti, exactly. Let's try with off, which would mean I can either go down here. No, it means I can't go down there. I have to go up if I want to constrain this one. Or I could... Yeah, I can just go up. Off by one in the cases are equivalent. I do think that the two things are roughly equivalent for what I've been doing, unfortunately. If I want... Actually, you know what? One thing we do know is that one of these two cells has to be on. So let's try solving from this direction. That feels better. I guess it's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one too many. It is indeed math. Math, 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 math. I could turn this on. There we go. Just need to make an arrow. Should have majored in math instead of CS. I don't know. There's a door there. And the... Or maybe that just represents the state of the bridges. I got nerd sniped by that. I don't know what to think about that yet. Yeah, I did notice the door. I noticed it briefly before, but I didn't think much about it. Actually, looking at this now, I see that there is power to this stuff, and I never came back over here. But I'm doing this right now, so I may as well continue. Okay. So this is unchangeable. It has to have one adjacency, and so now it's satisfied. No, right, because it's inverted. Which means that everything around it... So this have to all be... One of these should make it happy. One of the same. Right, that's it. Okay. I'm backwards again. Saw the bridges having lights on them. Wasn't sure why they were lit or unlit. Yup. I know why now. I just don't know where I would get the solution to this. Maybe I just need to, like, win a tic-tac-toe game. I'll have to figure that out later. That is a mystery for another time. Not for right now. Each of these... Okay, so this one is also off. So it's going to have to be surrounded for the most part. If this was on, then this could not be surrounded because one of these had to be on. So that is clearly off. So let's just mark that as off, which means it has to be an island there. This can go up. Yeah, actually, I know that's on. That would work. That just leaves this. Yeah, that worked. They are forcing me to logic. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Okay. This, at least that one's happy. This is a tricky one. How many more are there in here? Oh. Right. The red thing goes over here and connects to something else. Because there's two red things, so it's a duo connection here to open this one shortcut. This is a lot of effort for one shortcut. How many more are there? Yes. Yep, that is exactly it. Okay. So, this 4... Where do I want to break into this puzzle? That's the real question. Okay, so what do I know? This has to match this. So either this has to happen, which can't because it violates the 4. Okay, so I know this one's off. So that has to be off. Which also means these all have to be off. Which means that 4 has to be surrounded to become off. Which means... Oh, but I can add them. Right, I forgot you can add same colors. Same color pips can be added. That's an important detail that I will need to exploit, probably. But that's off. That's good to know. But that also means that the 6 probably is not part of the contiguous area, because that 4 is part of the contiguous area. And, unless I were to block it off some other... I don't know if that's true. If this is on, then these 2 need to be on. If this is on... Right, there's 3 adjacent that are different, as opposed to 1, so that would... Okay. This is forced pretty strongly. Gonna be a... Alright. Back to thinking. Maybe this is where I should be looking. This is also either on or off. It's already constrained properly, so it's either on or off. And I can either do that. Maybe I want to do that. That would trap the 4 in some... Oh, wait. No, hold on. Oh my, yeah, it is actually rather constrained, because that 4 needs to be blocked off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, wait a second. Clear this. Think again. So, alright. So, if this is on, then that is on, and that makes a 5 contiguous. That's not going to happen. Okay, so that is definitely off. But what that does mean is I have to find a way... Oh, but then that doesn't work. No, it can still work, because the area trapped has to be the right size. I need to trap an area of 8. But it flows through here to... Like, if I do this and turn all of these on... No, actually, maybe this works. So I can trap that area. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to block off that. Did I miscount? Maybe I did. Well, it's got 2. Maybe I flip this on. Actually, everything else seems to have worked, yeah. Boom. Alright, so that connects straight to the door. That's nice. Yeah, that was fairly forced. Okay, so... These have to connect. There's no way around that. It's something like this. Alright, they're not going to give it to me. And these are connected, and then these 2? Yep. Terrifying. Okay, 1 has to be the same. And then those are unhappy. But I think that symmetry works. Okay. Those could share. These need 1 adjacency. But they need non-adjacency. I have to have 1 that's the same. It's like I just need to box the area in, kind of. Wait. Okay. So I think those do need to remain off. If I do this, there's no way to get the... Well, actually. Yellow. I make this one. No, that's completely boxed in. That doesn't work. And that actually needs to only have 1 adjacency, which it can't have if I'm going to route those together. I can untick these. That's happy. And then that prevents that from working. They can only have 1 adjacent. Okay. So, what are we looking at here? These have to remain contiguous. So if these are off, they have to be surrounded on 3 sides. Which of course means at least one of these has to be on. Which means I could do a route like that. Kind of solves the problem. Yeah, that kind of solves the problem, doing that route. Okay. These all have to be either completely on or completely off. All the ones around them. I think I can affirmatively say that neither of these are going to be completely off, because then these will all be connected, and that's bad. So these are off. I think then those two need to be connected. And then we need to figure out the other ones. So this one I think could be completely on. No, it can't. It can't be completely on. It has to be off. If I do that, that connects those. I don't want that. Turn that on, so they're guaranteed off. Can I? No. That diamond has to connect to that. But then I don't need to connect these 2 diamonds together. I can connect them that way and that way. Simple. Okay. This either needs to be all off or all on because of the fact that I need to connect these. If I did this, this would be connected to this area, which I couldn't block off. Okay, so that has to be all on. So let's go with that assumption. This has to be on so it connect to something. Oh no, these. Yep. It's not been too bad so far. Well, there's still one more big panel over there. For your lessons. Alright. See you later. Good luck with the voice lessons. Hope it goes well. I'm going to continue looking at things. I think it's actually just this. No, it's not that. Why? What? Why is this unhappy? There's exactly 2 right here. What? Eh? Wait, what? Oh, no. Oh, I understand now. These things count as diamonds. How bizarre. Yeah, no, you're definitely on the same board I'm on now, Kappa. Okay, if this is on, it connects all the diamonds, so it must not be. So it has to be surrounded. I got that going for me. But then it's not in a grouping. Oh, what the heck? Double check assumptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I don't need them to be in a grouping. It's okay, it's happy. That's fine. And then I can connect these 2. Connect these 2. That. Alright, step in the right direction. Okay, so this is forced off, this is forced on. We know what that means. These are forced on. Do that. They're forced on. Okay. And these are forced off. So give them the boop pattern. And that has to connect to that, so therefore we now need to move the rest of the diamonds around. That has to be fully surrounded. Because they're already partially surrounded by that constraint. Okay. That's good enough. This connects in this area, so this has to be solid and connecting to something else to avoid being suckered in. This, I think, probably connects to that one. Okay. Something like that. Have most of them. And then I just need to separate... Actually, I just need to separate this out. That's done, isn't it? These are not as difficult as some of the other ones we've been doing recently. Okay, so that does count as a purple diamond for the sake of this. Utterly fascinating. What that does mean is they need to live within the same border. Is this one again? And it's fine having this within its borders, somehow. Then this also lit up. Oh, well that... That's clearly an arrow. Get the feeling there's another layer of puzzles here that I have yet to scratch. I've definitely solved a couple puzzles to be arrows. Like, wasn't there one over here? I swear there was another puzzle. This? No, that kind of looks like an arrow. Maybe that's just how some puzzles solve. But that one really looks like a suspicious arrow. Okay. Shot. Turn that on. Because it counts. Of course it counts. Okay, so let's assume this is true. And then I need to get another pair of these connected. I think it's something like this to get those happy. And connect this via a lengthy... Oh. Oh, do this. So do they count as... I guess they count as either, perhaps? And that's what's going to make this next one hard? Alright, You count the number of diamonds. I'm just going to have to keep doing that every single level now. Okay, so either these are all off or all on. If they're all on, then this has to be on, because of adjacency, and this has to be on, because of adjacency. That partitions all of that. And this... Oh, that off. And then... But it doesn't work now. It's very odd. But okay, so that would have to be off. If I want it to be on, then none of these can be on, which means it's not part of the purple. Wipe that. Okay. I wonder if this one's also going to solve to an arrow. I'm not certain, but I kind of feel like it might. Vaguely. Okay, so... What was I doing? Alright, we're back to this, right? Because this one I think is the easiest. Well, either... Okay, so either these are all off, which means all of these are off. Subsequently, that means this all has to be off. So really, that's where it comes down. Is these are all either off or on. And if I just... Could it be that simple? Oh, right, because if that's the case, then these need to be on. Then I need to do that. And the purple's unconstrained. If I do this... Okay, this might work. Maybe. Something... Well, but no, then I can't connect. The purple's also trying to rely upon this. Do I like this, or do I want to try to go the opposite way? Well, because, wait, hold up. If I pip this forward, then that is empty. But if I do this, then I need to connect it to this. This whole set needs to be connected to that. That's okay, but then all of these are on. I'm overthinking this. No, it doesn't like that either. Does it not like that because there's two of them? It doesn't like that because there's two of them. Okay. Oh, this is getting funky. Okay, back Oh, that's kind of cool. This tile lights up if you ever put down a marker. Good to know. Okay. Stare into the abyss. What symbols can the diamond connect to? Alright. So, I think the diamond can connect to that. I believe the diamonds can also connect to this. I don't think it matters which, as long as there's a shared color. What if... Interesting. I mean, that doesn't work because of the routing, but I could route the other way, and that satisfies both of those. So that's great. But then it also gets stuck embedded in this. It does satisfy both diamonds. This is very curious. Okay, so stop doing that. I think this will work. And it did. Okay. Build that sort of connection while satisfying flowers. Yes. Yep. No, it was very, very much a matter of figuring out that this could support both of them. Everything makes sense now. Okay. So here's our next problem. Okay, so the nice thing is that the white and the black have to be working on their own. We know that with this, the way this is designed, I assume... Oh, these are all pipped that way. So each one has to share with this. One of them. Okay, that doesn't work because I can't route them. Next big thought. What if I just do a big route around the outer circle for one? Yeah, you're not happy yet. We can work on that. Then we need to have interconnection. That makes both of those happy. And I just need to give this one happiness. By doing this, which makes that one unhappy. Yeah, I definitely need one of them outside. Maybe not that one. That breaks that. I can't leave that one unguarded. But then I have two on that. It's the only way to make that work, but then I can't get that diamond in. This is intriguing. Ow. Ears itching. Hate it when that happens. I'm not convinced the outer bus strategy is the correct one, but I do kind of like it. And clearly I do need to connect each of these two diamonds has to be connected. So there has to be an internal and external connection to these things. Because I can't route them both the same way. What if... Oh, I don't need that. I can just do that. And then it can route out the bottom. Oh, that can only... If it's on, it can only have one connection. Okay. That's fine. Like this. And then connect it via that. No, because I can't do it that way. Means that this would always be the connection point. This has to be surrounded on three sides. What if I surround this one on three sides? And it's pipped up. It's the opposite one. Right, when it's pipped up, it can only have two adjacencies. Take a moment. Think. still like the outer bus idea. I do think it only connects that way, and that gives me some freedom down here, which is useful, so I can kind of draw around the partition. There we go. I got it. I was close for a while. Alright, so that got me that shortcut. I've solved... Since I've been here, I haven't solved any more puzzles. Or haven't solved any large puzzles. The most interesting thing really still is that door. I want to figure out how to get back over there. The door is very interesting to me. I'm still not certain how to get to the line place, which is probably the most important thing to do. Alright, so here's the door. Huh. Well, my first thought was maybe it involves these flowers. I think that the flowers are probably part of the puzzle here. Or possibly... Was there another... Oh, okay, over here? That's kind of cool. Figure out what makes each bridge node happy. I'm not sure that is actually the solution. Oh, wait. Wait. Like, this screams environmental puzzle to me. Considering that there's a 2x... But it's only 2x3. When it should be 3x3. But my environmental puzzle solving has not been the best. Alright, so let's go back to the door. Come back here, because I thought I saw another flower bed of interest. Here's another part that looks really interesting somehow. As if it's involved in another puzzle that I don't even see. There's also this, which I have yet to figure out how to get to. When you say what makes each node happy... Oh, I see what you're saying. Those are the happy nodes. Because they're off. Well, that one's happy that it's off. It's unconnected. Or it has only one connection. This one is unhappy that it has two connections. Let's see what happens if I move this connection all the way over here. My initial thought was that that reflected the state of the power. But I think that that's a mistake now. Here's my guess. That upper one is happiest when it has no nodes connecting to it. Let's see about trying to make that work. I'm certain there's probably another way to solve this puzzle. I'm not certain what it is, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I can't even see if it's happy or not. Except if I go up here, maybe. It is not happy. Okay. So let's take this. Because this one's clearly unhappy. Connect to the bottom. There's no way for me to tell if it's happy now. Is it happy when it has two connections? No, it's probably happy. It's possibly a thing where either it has a connection or it doesn't. And that's what increases the happiness. I need to rotate that way. That one definitely does not want to have... Oh, wait. Oh. I want to take the bridge off of that one. Which I can do by doing this. Okay. Come back around. I think I've turned them all off. See? It's like the opposite of what I need. Okay, and then let's test out the theory that this does not want a bridge. It does not want a bridge. Problem solved there. Simply happiness is determined by the number of bridges. I think you're right on that front. So I think, for instance, was it this one? This one was clearly lighting up when it had two bridges connected. Or it has a bridge connected to it. I'm not necessarily sure if it's number of bridges or just having a bridge. No, you're right. It's the number of bridges. The worst part is I'm gonna still need to get off this thing. Black circle with a line wants more. Black circle without a line wants less. Black circle with a line? Oh, I see what you're saying. I did not notice that. I just saw the black and the odd. So this is happy that it has a bridge, but I think it's not happy with how it's connected. Oh, it wants less. It does not want to be connected to this. That's what you're saying. That makes sense. Okay. And then if it has too many bridges. Okay, so this has too many bridges. Need to keep that one connected. That will eventually... Was this one happy with one bridge or no bridges? I should have written this down. Alright, this wants fewer bridges, but it likes having bridges. And this one is green. Or this one's blue, but it might want more bridges. Okay. Let's do a little bridge finagling. Oh, just it's part of its innate nature. These want to have bridges. This one wants to have bridges. These ones want to have bridges. And I think that one over there doesn't. So it's really just solving it for that. Okay, I just need to get the bridges off this thing. Really wish I had a reset button for this. Okay, let's retrieve the other bridge so I can use it for this, I think. So basically... yeah, it's all 1 or 0. I believe that to be the case. So this one should now be happy, because it wants a bridge. Okay, was I right? It's happy to have bridges or not. No, they all want one bridge. Which is irritating. So these are both happy, but this one I don't think is. And I can't test that assumption because I'm stuck here. Then I can... I forget how I did this. Okay. Then I can rotate this around to move a bridge away from here. Here's my question. Even if I do solve this, how am I going to get back to somewhere I want to be? Okay, I want to take the bridges away. Move this bridge off of there. That's how I do that. Okay, so that one wants to be part of the connection. This one's unhappy to have so many bridges attached, which not surprising. But really need to just write down the states. Last bridge you have put in place has to connect to the edge. I think you're right on that front. I think you're right. It has to connect to a edge so that I can get back to from. So it could be here, or it could be somewhere else. Really what I want to be able to do is see the state of this thing. I can write this down. And then... there we go. And by write it down, I mean take a screenshot. Because that will let me see what the actual constraints are, and I don't need to be dancing around this. Oop. Okay. So now I have the key in front of me, and I can start thinking about how I want to solve this. So there should be one... with the 4 bridges I have, I think I see that it wants... how many connections do we want? So this is supposed to be connected by 1. That's fine. This needs to be connected by 1. This also needs to be connected by 1. There are pairs that need to be connected, but we only have so many of them. So let's see. So this one has to be connected to this one because it's constrained. Over-constrained, in fact. If we're only having one connection... Actually, all of these need to have connections. This one needs to have a connection. I think what this one's connection is, though, is it's down. Yes, that matches my understanding. I have a screenshot, so I think I'm good. So then this one is happy now, and it will stay happy. These two, well, this one can't connect to that. This has to connect to this because it can't connect to anything else. This actually probably connects to this, and then I leave it alone. I should have done that the other way, actually. Okay, so go around. Then connect this one to... Not what I wanted. I wanted this. Okay, those two are connected. And now I'll remove those connections. Let's shove this one... I need to actually retrieve the other bridge. And then once I relieve that of its connection, it'll be happy. Okay. Cool. And then... this one I leave alone. We put this way for the moment, and that connects to that. And then we abandon this edge up there. And then I realize this may not actually work. I think it constrains all of them. And the door opens. And now watch what happens when I move the bridge. I solved it correctly, with the caveat that I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, let's fix her up. But we did solve the puzzle, and that's most of what matters. Because we did solve it. Same thing, different order? Exactly. I just need to end it on a different edge. So as long as I end it on this edge, which I think is the intended solution, it'll lift the door, and then we can go this way. Go back to the door, assuming I know how to get to the door, which is true. I know how to get to the door. Now we can see what's inside. More puzzles. Line puzzles. Okay. So current work... No, I don't know what to do with lines. And this is not going to tell me. Okay, so this is not the place to be, unfortunately. Because I don't understand the lines yet, and that's not a puzzle to teach you how the lines work. So, it's good that got solved. But it's bad, because I still don't know how to get to the lines. Like, I think that I absolutely have to solve the linear area. The system of linear aggressions. To figure this out. Was there a way to get back to this? Oh, I never turned that on. Oh, dagnabbit. I really... No, there is a way to get back there. I opened a back. No, we have not studied up on lines yet, and that is our biggest weakness, because this is my only lead into lines right now is this area. And I don't think this is where you learn them, because this seems overly complicated for learning how lines work. But at least I can get over here, because I realized I never turned on this thing. I think it's the first one I found that couldn't be inverted. Wait, what? I thought I understood how these worked. So it was either all on or all off. Why is it not either of those? Maybe I make it into an H for help? I swore I understood these a minute ago. Now I'm not so sure. Those always just use the thing on the plank next to it, right? Isn't that how that worked? Where's the nearest one? I think the nearest one's over here. Have an idea on that? Yeah, let it rip. I wanted to get a second opinion on it really quick, and I think I just realized that area down there might be of interest to me, because I don't think I've actually wandered down that way. This was definitely not the closest one. And the fact that it zooms out here, I think, is making it me suspicious. Yeah, that's how that usually looks. I verified my assumption. Ow. I also don't think I've gone down here. I think that that's interesting, so I'm going to go down here really quick. Is this... Well, this is really pretty. Squares with lines dividing them are different. Interesting. Ah ha ha. Is this it? I mean, that could be where I'm supposed to learn it. When there's lines everywhere, you get a checkerboard. Oh. Fair point. That makes sense. Fair point. This makes sense to me now. Doesn't mean I can fix the rest of my map, but it makes sense to me now. Alright, so... This is a possible inroads to lines, but it still seems overly complicated. Maybe it's not. No, they're not happy. Okay. That doesn't seem like a teaching moment. Maybe in here? Nope. Can't go that way. Probably for the best I can't go that way. That's where I came from. There's a pump. A lot of wiggle area here. I'm led to believe that I guess one of these two things is my inroads into lines. Okay. Gonna something like this. Line indicates a kind of symmetry? Possibly. I kind of feel like, though, that I've missed the tutorial. Like, typically there are small things, really small ones that teach you. And here, I'm not seeing it. Like, this is not small. It's giving... Well, what if... No. Thinking, what if it was the exact same on the other side? But at least that would give me a positive indication. You're definitely right about symmetry. I guess this is the teaching moment. No, it has to go the other way. It doesn't go the other way. Oh, wait, what am I doing? It doesn't matter where it is, as long as it has the same shape. It can be a inverted shape. Ah. This is actually a tricky one. Has to... Alright, well, this clearly has to be true. Okay, I don't understand that yet. But that has to be true. I can give it a screenshot now. I can see the Twitch interface again. That's useful. Okay, So if this is true, let's back up a sec. If it means symmetry, so let's go back to the other puzzle. This is surrounded by things, so those have to be correct. And then... Yeah, no, I don't understand it enough. That doesn't work for me yet. I can't turn these on. And hem this in. Hem that in? Yeah, okay, so you can do two negatives. That's what that's teaching me. Okay. And then this one, I can do the same trick with. Oh, because they're touching. They can't touch. So it has to be negative in this case. This is actually a very effective tutorial for this. Wait. Yeah, it's on the back end. That was good. Well, I was good until a moment ago. It's the same shape. Oh, it's not the same shape anymore. Pfft. Line A matches line A or its inverse. Yep, that is definitely it. Having multiple lines means you can have multiple things that are all doing the same. Ooh, wait, you can overlay shapes. You can't overlay shapes. I can add on to shapes. So doing this solves that problem. Alright. Cool. Where does this line go? It goes up there to somewhere. What's up, Muzzle? Thanks for the good luck. How you doing? It goes up there. Okay. So there's no constraint on what this can be. So let's say no. We are learning lore on lines. What if I do this? It's the same shape for all of them. Just doesn't like it. You're good? Tired? Makes sense. It is late. I'm not sure it's late your time, but it's pretty late my time. I don't actually know what your time is. It's hard to remember all the time zones people are in, especially when there's a lot more different time zones. No, that doesn't... Why? Okay, so I guess one rule is... Wait, what? That worked? I think you might be right that the lines need to not match. Because I just tried that solution. That probably satisfies A, but doesn't satisfy B. They can't touch, obviously, so that's not going to help me. So do something like this, but then they match. So that doesn't help. Can't nix that. That doesn't actually work. Can't fill these in. Why can't I? Oh, I can't fill these in because then that shape doesn't match that shape. Go back to the other one. Apparently there's more to learn here. Okay. Okay, so... That's blank, so I can't separate it that way. So whatever's here has to be separated that way. I can make that into a square, and I can make that... I can't make that into a square. The natural inclination here is the incorrect one. Actually, try this. It doesn't... Oh, because that one isn't a single line. Okay. The obvious thing to do is that, but it doesn't work, because then this is fully connected somehow. I need to make some sort of pangram thing. What if... What if we do that? That works. Tangram, not pangram. What am I talking about? Okay, I guess this is another learning room. Okay, well that teaches us that. I have to make those two shapes. Okay, I guess I can work this one in negative. This has to be in negative because they can't be touching. That's a rule that you can't have two different colors touching in the same area. I only have one black shape. That doesn't work because the black shape isn't happy. I think we're reaching something really weird here. Oh, wait, no. Well, let's... Oh, oops. Oh, I can make them not the same. Okay. Definitely line A does not equal line B. You are 100% correct with that assumption now. So in this case, all you have to do to win is just differentiate. Okay. So we assume the black line wants to look like that, and then... Here we go. Alright, so the white line is that, the black line is this. But then I can't What? Okay, I think that the rule... Oh, they are different because of the different origin squares. Okay, yep, everything makes sense still. Nothing is weird yet. Different origin squares, just got confused by that. All right, so this has to change. Those are happy sharing a color. Wait, what? It wants me... I'll have to modify this one, probably. That's tricky. But its origin square is to the right, so that's not going to work. White is happy. Green is happy. Which makes sense because they're separated. No, black's not happy because it's connected to the front of it. Silly. This one's weird. This one's really weird. Okay. I can make this different from that. That's easy. But then what do I get out of it? Like this square right here, assuming we have to make the same shape and we can't do rotations, which... Like this doesn't work with the rule as I understand it. You always have to have the same shape with the same origin, in the same orientation. Need to match blacks up, then figure out what to do with the others. But, I don't know if the black can match up. Like... Or is the rule that the origin doesn't matter? Guess I could try that. Black extends into purple. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I don't want it to. Oh, wait. I understand now. Black can share with purple. They can share shapes sometimes. That's the lesson I'm being taught here. This is... They definitely made things more complicated for these areas. And then after all that learning is what we do here. It is surprisingly deep. I have to choose which one's going to be on and which one's going to be off to start, because I don't think I can do... Well, it doesn't matter. Dang it, nothing works. Okay, so what if I make both of these ones? Any way I can keep these two... I can't keep them separated. They can share. Right, they can share. If I'm making the same kind of object, they can share. But that doesn't help me because I don't want them to. They can't go up anyway. I think this might have to be where I leave off, because I'm fading, and I do need to get up in about 7 hours. I went longer than I expected to. Ooh. Annoying being on like a regular schedule sometimes. But yeah, this has been fun. I've really been enjoying this game. I'm kind of curious how far I am into it. Think you have an answer to this one? Alright, well I'll stare at it a little bit longer then, because if you have an answer, I don't want to fail it here. Brilliant. Kind of feel like it's going to be something like this, but then I have the problem of the origins extending into each other. What if this is the negative one? This is the positive one. There we go. Ah. It's one of those things. I just want to keep going. That was easier. Okay. Alright, this is gonna keep going. I can see lines upon lines upon lines, and it's gonna connect up eventually. I'm not even gonna look at this one, because then I'm gonna be tempted to solve it. So, I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. Or later, I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see how I'm feeling. And some work stuff I need to get done. A boss gave me an interesting bug I need to look at. But yeah, this was still fun. I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna be sad when it ends. I did find another game that's basically the same kind of thing. I looked at Zarf's recommendations. Always helps when you need a puzzle game to look at Zarf's recommendations, because Zarf is also a Mac gamer. And as such, his recommendations are colored by the fact that it has to work on his Mac. I think.